Floyd in Kaysville was very happy that we
Come on.
opened with
Kaysville?
that. Yeah.
Kaysville. Come on, everybody, sing.
Well, first text I got was from my wife. Said, "Oh my God, my Oklahoma is coming out.
Yeah.
How do I know all the words to this song?"
You know, it's not my cup of tea, but as I listen to it, I can see why Garth Brooks is huge.
If you were in a bar, a packed bar,
I would have been beat up.
and
They'd set on me and beat the out of me.
Well, Carrie,
because
on this day, and Carrie and Bill wouldn't go with my original suggestion.
Gina wanted to play Daybreak by Barry Manilow. You know why? Because we're broadcasting from Daybreak.
On reflection, though, I think we have more gay listeners than we do cowboys, right?
I think we got a lot of gay cowboys.
Yeah.
I know we have those.
I think Daybreak by Barry Manilow would have been just fine.
So.
But because on this day,
And this is really a good reason, and this is pretty remarkable.
it's kind of weird that this happened.
I had
on
no
this
idea.
day. In 1991, Garth Brooks asked fans to bring 10 cans of food to a grocery store in exchange for a lottery envelope, some of which contained tickets to a Garth Brooks show. Over 10,000 cans were donated to a local food bank. And what are we doing today?
Well, we don't have any Garth Brooks tickets. What are we going to do?
Well, I do have IDK Howe tickets to give away.
Well, that's good.
But we're raising money for the food bank.
There were food, particularly. Cindy's already been in. She brought in She brought in a whole case of canned soup.
Oh, good.
And a bunch of other groceries, and we gave her a Radio from Hell coffee mug. But she came in before we even started the show here at Jed's Barbershop at Daybreak. And we're right by the Harmons at Daybreak.
Behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to sneak around back.
Because I took Google Maps, and it dropped me off in the Harmon's parking lot with no Jed's Barbershop anywhere. You have to
around back.
come around behind it. Yeah.
It's what's the address?
Let me find it here.
Join us here at Jed's. Bring food for the food bank. We do have tickets to give away. We've got Radio from Hell coffee mugs, and it's for a very good cause, to feed the hungry people.
Yes.
And it's not just for Thanksgiving. I mean, we do this time of year, but the food bank is looking to shore up their supplies for months to come. So don't just think of, I mean, bring Thanksgiving stuff if you want, non-perishable, but
non-perishable, please.
But
Don't bring no turkeys.
I've gotten so many questions about turkeys. No.
but you can bring the boxed mashed potatoes or stuffing or that kind of thing. But they're always looking for things like protein, like cans of tuna
Or peanut butter. Vienna sausages, that's protein.
And there's a Harmon's right here.
Yeah, next door. They're open this early, aren't they?
I don't know if they're open this early.
Here,
We'll find out.
No, they're not open
The
now?
address is 4690 West Boardwalk Road, South Jordan / Daybreak. But you come right into Daybreak, and it's behind the Harmon's.
Right around behind the Harmons, there's a whole bunch of little shops here, and Jed's
They open
Barbershop.
at 7.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so there you go.
The last haircut I got here at Jed's Barbershop. That was about.
And that was the
Four
first haircut
months
you
ago.
had in a long time.
Yeah, I should get one today, but I'm going to be too busy to do that. So. I forget the name of the woman who runs this one.
Maybe she'll be back.
But she's great. She cut my hair last time I was here, and she's just great. A terrific person, and a great style hair cutter and stylist.
Well, in Jed's, they're always, very cool people, nice establishments, relaxed.
Yep.
Nothing too uptight.
You always get they got a collection of sodas over there that you can go have there, and they're off weird brands and things like that, Fantas and
And we purposefully put Carrie by the arcade games.
Yeah,
He feels most comfortable.
Oh, I didn't
there.
bring any quarters.
you don't need them.
Is it free?
Yeah, when you're at Jed's, those are free.
All righty then.
You can just play games.
We'll be playing some long songs today. Back in the studio, Nick is there to
Nick.
pick all the long songs. Let's see. What else is going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, so just bring us food. Bring us food for the food bank, non-perishable.
So we have those tickets. How can we do something like Garth Brooks did? You know, how can we make it so that it's a random giveaway rather than, oh, I like the cut of your jib here. You know what I mean?
I don't. These are the things that should have been discussed before we were sitting here.
We spend most of our time trying just to get on the air, you know. So that's how we spend our moments before the show on these location things.
It's always exciting, isn't it?
And Garth has people. Garth has a ticket guy. That's his sole job is to figure out.
Garth walks up and says, "What am I doing?" So what am I doing? Well, Garth, we've got these down there. Okay, I can say that. I'll do that.
I'll do that.
Except he doesn't talk like that. He actually sings like that. But as I recall, Garth Brooks talks like a regular person.
Now, I'm glad I found that Garth Brooks little tidbit. But as I'm scrolling around, we could have opened with Tina Turner. It's her birthday today.
Oh, I saw that before we left and I forgot.
And Tina Turner is the lady that makes me take my blood pressure medication every day.
What is the dead Tina Turner at your house?
She is in my head because Tina Turner died from hypertension.
Oh.
And she was diagnosed with it years and years and years ago, but she's like, there was nobody in better shape at her age than Tina Turner. And she's like, well, I have high blood pressure, but I'm
Tina Turner.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not overweight.
I exercise 2 times a night for over an hour and a half.
And so she never took her blood pressure. She died because she didn't take care of her blood pressure.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, she was in her 80s too, though, wasn't she?
Yeah, how old was she?
I think she was 80-something.
She was.
But that's what she died of. And she as she was dying, like she had a kidney transplant at some point, and she said, if I could go back and do anything different, when my doctor told me to take. And you guys think I'm kidding.
No,
Every day when I take my blood pressure medication, I'm like, this is for you,
She hears,
Tina.
what's my BP got to do with it?
How old was she?
I think she was pretty old.
I want to say 80.
83 is what I'm going to say.
Something.
She was...
If Frank Christ were
It's a
here.
lottery.
83.
83.
Thank you.
She had a miserable last 15 years, unnecessarily.
Living in the hills of France.
Yes, it was miserable. Living in France with all the money she could possibly want.
Doesn't matter how much money you have if your kidneys don't work.
Gina, this is Tina Turner. Why don't you move to France and monitor your blood pressure?
I would.
Carrie.
If I could, I would.
Tina wants you to move.
Damn right I would.
And then on the other shoulder sits Ike saying, "Don't monitor your blood pressure.
You're fine. Get up there.
Get up there and sing. Stop it."
Don't make me come back there.
Don't make me.
Ike Turner. That guy was a piece of work, wasn't he?
Yes. All right. Well, that was some
Again.
definite farting around, I would say. I don't know if you're hitting that in the studio or not, Nick. So.
And now.
No, that's introducing farting around. There
it is.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
Now, just a heads up.
Yeah.
That we are 3 hours and 45 minutes away from Artie Fufkin. Just warming.
From Hurricane Artie?
Warning everybody that he will be here. All right. Hurricane Fufkin will arrive in 3 hours.
Gale Force Fufkin. It's Gale Force Fufkin.
I'm your weatherman, Gale Force Fufkin. See him on KSL, you know. Channel 5 in the white coat. I'm wearing the white coat because the rain's coming.
I'm Gale Force Fufkin.
All right.
Give me the gravy.
All right, let's, I guess we could start with some check-ins. We could try.
Oh, yeah, 877-602-9696. That's the number to call if you want to check in with the Radio from Hell show. We would like to hear from you, so please do, 877-602-9696. You can also text us, 33986.
BigOTires.com.
Black Friday sale ends on the 1st of December at Big O Tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on Big O brand tires and select sets of Nitto, Nexen, National, Cooper, and Sumitomo tires. I have Big O brand tires on all my cars. I really like them. They're great. But if you have a preference for other, go ahead. You can also save up to $60 on Michelin and BF Goodrich MIR and $100 instant savings on Michelin tires. That's pretty great.
You might be getting ready to travel for Thanksgiving. Good time to get your car checked out at Big O Tire. Not just your tires, but they'll check everything. They'll fill up your fluids.
Yep.
Flaws.
Fill up my fluids, will you
They'll
please?
change your oil, check your brakes. All those things are good to do before
Well,
you head out.
Sue went in and got them to, adjust the air and everything yesterday, and they did it just terrific. The little light finally went out. I tried for a week.
Go to BigOTires.com, find the store near you. Big O Tires, they are the team you trust.
X96.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Commonly misused phrases.
Misused.
We've been saying them wrong or doing them wrong.
Oh, okay.
For example, spitting image.
The spitting image. Well,
Spitting
that,
image.
To me, that means someone who you look almost exactly like so-and-so.
Exactly. Spitting image is used so commonly that most people have no idea that it's actually spit and image, the original phrase. There are a few theories about the origin, but many believe it comes from saying that a child looks so much like their parents that they could have spit the child out.
I see. Okay.
So the correct phrase is technically spit and image.
You are the spit and image. What?
But based on the evolution, the common usage, spitting
Got it.
image.
Okay.
Spitting image.
So they're saying,
What does that even mean?
yeah. Hone in.
Means to hone in on something, means to zero in on it, or
Yes.
and I would assume it comes from sharpening a knife,
Or is it home in?
it's hone in. Well,
All right. Both technically make sense. Hone means refining or perfecting something. But home in is the one that means finding and moving directly towards something. So you hone your skills, but you home in on a target.
yeah.
What does zero in mean now?
I don't know. Let's see. So on tender hooks,
No, it's tenter.
it is tenter hooks.
Tenter hooks.
On tender hooks is complete nonsense, even though people seem to say it more often. To be on tenter hooks means to be filled with painful or anxious anticipation. Comes from a device people used to hang their wool clothes on called a tenter. So tenter hooks. Now this one's a spelling difference. Shoe in, S-H-O-E, versus shoe in, S-H-O-O.
Well, it should be S-H-O-O. You shoe something in.
Exactly. It comes from people shoeing racehorses so that they would run faster. You've got another thing coming versus you've got another think coming.
Yeah.
I've never heard. Why would you say another think coming?
They're both correct, apparently.
Okay.
Which one does Judas Priest use?
Thing.
Okay.
Since these two basically mean the same thing, we can say that they're both right. But technically, you've got another think coming came first. And means you're telling someone that they're wrong about something and need to go have another think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Okay?
I think for that, though, we just default to Judas Priest. They're going to be the authority on that
Yeah.
one.
That's true. Hunger pains
Or pangs.
or pangs.
Well, they could both. They're both correct. I don't.
Oh, there is a correct phrase.
Pang is got to be the right one, yeah?
Even though you feel hunger pains when you're hungry, pangs is actually a medical term, refusing to cramps that are caused by hunger.
Being hungry, yes.
Okay.
Expatriate, or is it expatriate?
Huh? Didn't you just say the same thing?
I know, right? It's a spelling difference. X-patriot, P-A-T-R-I-O-T, versus E-X-P-A-T-R-I-A-T.
Expatriate.
Expatriate.
Expatriate or expatriate, right?
Yeah.
Well, Someone who was expatriated is an expatriate.
They're close in meaning. One crucial difference, an expatriate or expatriate is someone who lives away from their homeland. An expatriate is someone who no longer feels patriotism.
Oh,
So that's the difference. Now, all right. Pawn off versus palm off.
I think most people say pawn off.
Yeah.
But I think palm off probably preceded that.
Palm off is correct.
Yeah.
They can both mean to get rid of something, but pawn off comes from the definition of pawn, while palm off comes from palming, which is when you hide your cards during poker.
Yeah.
One implies actual deception, the other one does not. Butt naked
Or buck
or
naked.
buck naked.
Well,
I like to say butt naked because,
Yeah.
it's probably not.
It makes more
Yeah,
more sense.
People can see your butt.
what is buck naked?
But buck naked came first.
Yeah.
What is it? I don't.
It doesn't necessarily say.
You're as naked as a buck. I don't know.
Chalk it up versus chalk it up. CHOCK versus CHLK.
Well, it'd be LK. Chalk it like because you want to chalk a pool cube.
It's probably the other one. Probably
Chalk and
CHOCK.
chalk are both words, so it makes sense this phrase confuses people. A fridge can be chock full of vegetables. But when it comes to explaining why something happened, you'll want to go with chalk, the chalkboard.
ALK.
Chalk it up to bad luck on my part.
It's chalk it up.
You know that fridge is chock full, and I chalk that up to the fact that I bought all those groceries.
Change tact versus change tack.
Change tack is it's a sailing term.
Changing tact sounds like it should make sense because you can change your approach to a situation to be more tactful. But tack, you're correct, nautical term referring to the direction of a boat. So if you're trying to say you need to change a different approach altogether, change tack.
Yeah, if you're in a sailboat, if you want to go against the wind, you have to tack into the wind.
One of the many things Bill learned while he was in the Navy.
Yeah. Well, I was a
He learned
yeoman.
other things.
I learned that in bathroom etiquette.
Yes.
I was a yeoman.
All right, there we go.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
I always wanted to be a bosun.
A bosun's mate.
Yeah, but I was just a yeoman.
Now, does the bosun mate assist the bosun?
Yes, the bosun,
Where's Festus when we need him?
and they don't, and the bosun is the person on the ship. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. But I think it's the person
go make a delivery to the Capitol later today, so I'm staying busy.
Spencer Cox needs his sheet metal.
I got something else I'd like you to deliver to the Capitol.
Carrie's flipping the bird right now. So.
Right there.
Milo, anything for us today?
Not today. Well, I guess. I only got 3 hours of sleep right now, so I'm not really energized.
3 hours of sleep. Hop in that truck and deliver.
Good for you, Milo.
Yeah.
All right.
Better get her done. Nothing energy drinks can resolve, man.
All right. See you later, Milo.
Take your heart medicine.
See you later. Have a good weekend.
Oh, I will. Anybody else there, Nick?
Just me eating a burrito.
Oh, what kind of burrito?
Bacon.
Just bacon?
An egg. And burrito.
It's a breakfast burrito.
It's a
Yeah.
burrito.
It's a burrito.
It's a burrito.
Yeah.
Okay.
877-602-9696 if you think you can top Milo.
We got some texts coming in. Quinn of Sunset, present and accounted for. And oh man, do I have some friends in low places.
Mm-hmm.
Miles from Holiday checking in. Thanks for letting me listen. My wife just asked what radio station I'm listening to and why.
Why are you listening? What is this?
Garth Brooks on this day. Sorry. Robert from the most mill of creeks. The format change we've all dreaded. Garth Brooks reminds me of the poison I endured whilst growing up in Cache Valley. Let's see, who else is checking in? Mixer driver Shane checking in. Oh, checking in from Sundance Resort. Whiteout conditions.
Yeah, it's pretty snowy, like Provo and South. Starting at about Lehigh, I think I heard this morning. It was real snowy.
Derek, the cable guy, checking in. Good morning, fam. Happy Taco Tuesday. We love you, Murph. Zane of Dallas checking in. What did Handsome Bill Allred have for dinner last night? Anything with ranch dressing?
You'll find out later.
I had grilled cheese with ranch dressing.
Oh, well done, Zane.
Let's see, Karen in Wendover. I was so excited to hear someone else out there checking in. HVAC helper Scott of Vineyard. Weird fact, but my F remodeled the HVAC system in the Kemosabe mentioned. I'm giving up.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
wait. He did
Can you-
HVAC. So Kemosabe was referenced in Real Housewives
Yeah.
of Salt
Yeah.
Lake, and
Yeah.
he did the HVAC in
Oh,
that
okay.
building.
All right. Joseph of Hill Air Force Base checking in. Wasatch Back John checking in. Chef Roy. Rye of Orem, American Fork April. Let's see, Right Wing Wade checking in. Monty the Mailman. Tim the Tree Guy. Logan the Welder. Sleepy Elijah checking in. Let's see, Woodworker Willie, Tree of Maine. NoHo Ty. Luis of Harrisburg, PA. Kevin of Layton, Metal Shop Mark. They're all here. Let's do some traffic, shall we?
Let's see. Well, Wasatch Back John says so far the only snow on the morning commute was between Heber and Park City. Parley's Canyon, just rainy. Thank you for that. We also heard from Right Wing Wade. What did he say about the issue? I'll find that in just a second. We've got snow blowing in Sardine Canyon. It's not sticking to the roads yet, but visibility has been reduced at times. Allow extra time between Brigham City and Logan. There are people that are leaving for your Thanksgiving holiday today. If you're heading south, that's where things will be an issue.
Yeah.
Wasn't really raining or anything this morning on our way out here to Daybreak, but if you see something, please, and it's safe for you to text and let us know. 33986 is where you do that. Save $1 at Big O Tires. When you buy 3, get 1 free on select tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
All right, we'll take a break, play a song for you. After that song, it's Big Boy News, and Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game coming up. We'll be playing the Dead Celebrity Game live here at Jed's Barbershop. Yes, we are at Jed's Barbershop today. There are several locations of Jed's, but we are at the Daybreak location, 4690 West Boardwalk Road. It's right behind the Harmons. We're going to be here taking food all day, really. We're here till 10, but the station will be here all day taking your donations to the Utah Food Bank. Please, non-perishable donations, if you would. Just go to jedsbarbershop.com. All of the Jed's Barbershop locations are taking donations for the food bank. So if you can't make it out here to Daybreak, you can certainly drop by Jed's Barbershop at the location near you, and you're going to look sharp for the holidays. Now, pick up a perfect gift, Jed's Barbershop gift card. That is perfect. Perfect idea for Christmas giving. Walk in, book your appointment today, download the Jed's Barbershop app. They always do a great job. They're very, very relaxed.
They do straight razor shaves that are great.
It's very tempting. It's very tempting to get the straight razor shave, but everybody who has it says
They're
love
great.
it.
I had one. Yeah.
So just go to jedsbarbershop.com to find a location near you. We are at 4690 West Boardwalk Road in Daybreak, right behind the Harmons. Jed's Barbershop, X96.
You know, my favorite cereal growing up, really.
Yeah.
Loma Linda Ruskets.
Loma Linda Ruskets?
Wow.
Look it up. Loma Linda Ruskets.
Sure, we're not doing anything here.
They're delicious.
I mean, we can push the news. We can continue talking about cereal if you'd like.
We got time coming up to talk more about cereal if you want. It doesn't. I don't care what we do here, frankly.
No, let's push it.
Did you find it?
I kinda. How do you spell Ruskets?
RUSKETTS or
TTS.
or Rusk RUSCK. I don't. It's been years. I don't remember.
Yeah, because Loma Linda Rusnak Hyundai.
Oh, I think I found it. I think I found it.
How do you spell it?
RUSKETS. One T.
There you go. Ruskets. They're compressed little bars of cereal that you put into a bowl and put a milk, and then they fall apart.
Oh, they're okay. Okay, Rusket Flakes cereals, it says.
Yeah, I'm seeing some with like peaches cut up and put inside it on the box.
They came in flakes, and then they also came in these compressed kind of bars, as I recall.
There's a free prize inside.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
it's kind of sad that prizes are not in cereals anymore. I mean, they had great prizes.
Were they ever really very good?
Oh yeah, there was a Captain Crunch had a submarine. Mm-hmm. You put baking soda in it, and then we put in the tub, and it would go down, and then the baking soda would make it go back up because of the air.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
my
I remember
God.
that.
Very
Had
cool.
those. They did submarines and and divers.
Cheerios had these little go-karts that were powered by rubber bands.
what?
Oh, yeah. And Quisp had, like, flying saucers that had a firing rocket.
Uh-huh.
And then, there were rockets with the Monster cereals, too. There were like, compressed air. And you push the tubes together, and it would pop the top of it off.
Oh, here's the greatest thing about Ruskets. They were considered a health food, and they were produced by a health food company owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
That's but I remember having them as a kid.
Well.
Ruskets, flakes, and compressed bars, and then they always had prizes in them.
Yeah. And sometimes they had, like, there was, it was the regular Sugar Pops, but they had Star Trek on the front.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? I don't
And
remember that.
yeah, it was Spock's face on it. And on the back, you'd have a mask, a cutout mask of Star Trek people, so you could be Captain Kirk or,
Right.
so that was kind of cool, too.
And then some greedy, very vulnerable children
Yes.
go and ruin it all by
Exactly.
getting hurt.
And then on the back of some of them, they'd have records for your record player.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How is that
Yeah.
profitable?
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just a reason to get you to buy the cereal,
In Mad Magazine, one time, a record came in Mad Magazine. You cut it out, and it had grooves on it, and I still remember the song. You could probably even find it, Carrie. It's called "It's a Gas."
It's a gas. It's easy to find, yeah.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
was,
you know what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
right where to find it, yeah.
It's a Gas, and it was you cut the record out, and it was kind of heavy. It wasn't really vinyl, but it was a heavy. It wasn't just paper.
Here we go.
Here it is.
It's a gas!
perfect for you, Nick. You'll love them. See,
I would have lost my mind as a
exactly.
child hearing that.
As a child, you get this? Oh, man.
That's a whole Saturday. Of just
Exactly.
me playing that on repeat.
Over and over.
Yeah.
Just the greatest thing in the world.
Well, it makes more sense for that being in a magazine versus
Who
a
did they
serial.
say did that?
Alfred E. Newman.
Oh, so Alfred E. Newman, they
Yeah.
said did that. Okay. I just remember getting that record.
But yeah, it was in the magazine. But on the back of the cereal box, like the Monster cereals, it'd be Count Chocula's, this is the sounds of the haunted house, and it was haunted house sounds.
Mm-hmm. We've lost our way.
I know.
We've lost our way as a society.
Freakies had all 7 of the Freakies characters in like little plastic figures that you could collect. And then they had cars that were powered by balloons.
Cool.
So you'd blow up the balloon, you'd stick it on the car, and they let it go, and it would go, and they'd make the car go.
You know, my mother fed us Gravy Train for dinner for about a year before we realized it was dog food. We were poor.
Was it beef-flavored cereal?
No, it was just, you know, because it made its own gravy. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So she'd use warm water and...
Oh, now here's another one I had. Super Sugar Crisp. On the back, they would give you an Archie's record. You just cut it out and put it on your turntable.
The Archies.
The Archies.
They actually had hits. Or a hit.
Or a hit.
Yeah.
The closest thing I had to that growing up is fast food restaurants had really good toys.
And the Beach Boys, their song Smile, was on the back of Post Honeycomb for a while.
Really?
You just cut it and you'd play the record.
Do you know, Nick, that Carrie and I were able to convince people for a long time that I was King Vitamin?
Oh?
Do you know King
I
Vitamin?
don't know King Vitamin. I'm assuming a mascot.
Vitamin.
King
Have
Vitamin
breakfast with
cereal.
the King Vitamin.
I
Get a
Googled it. I
sweet
do not
corn
recognize this
taste.
character.
And all the
there's-
vitamins you need.
Was it it was a cartoon character
At first.
and then they used a real guy.
Then they went to an actor, yeah.
And I said I was before I started in radio, I was the actor who played King Vitamin on all the cereal
On
boxes.
the back of Corn Flakes, you'd get Gary Lewis and the Playboys records.
This diamond ring doesn't shine for me anymore. Why do I know that?
Were people just throwing themselves at you, Bill?
Because they thought he was King Vitamin.
Thinking you're King
Oh, yeah.
Vitamin?
And Carrie was what was the Duke of Milk?
The Duke of Milk, which is a character that never existed, that we convinced people existed. But Mike knows the show back and forth from all the years.
Yes.
See that? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
Mhm.
Hunger strikes, see? It's because we're getting food for the food bank. There was a
That
stretch.
makes sense to me.
I'm sure you didn't want to hear the song that was scheduled.
I will take any excuse to play that.
All right.
song.
6:40 right now, broadcasting live from Jed's Barber Shop out in Daybreak, 4690 West Boardwalk Road, right behind the Harmons. I think there's a body of water across the way. I heard ducks.
Yeah, it's it's
dark,
the,
so I can't
it's the,
tell.
it's the famous Daybreak Pond or lake or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
I think they row boats.
It's a
on
water
that stuff.
feature. It's the Daybreak water feature.
Is it a water feature?
Look, join us here. Bring some food for the food bank. We've already had a few people stop by this early, but bringing cases of soup and non-perishable food items is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Tuna fish, like a big case of tuna would be great, or
Bottles of water.
a can of chicken.
Oh, yeah.
A can of
A
chicken?
canned chicken.
A canned chicken. You don't see those very much
What
anymore.
about a canned ham?
Sure, canned ham. Would be, but I was always just amazed that they would get a whole chicken into a can.
Surprisingly tender,
Yeah, they were good.
but the flavor was
Odd
the issue.
tasting.
Yeah,
Odd tasting.
You definitely want to season that up.
Isn't it what you've actually had one? So have I at some point in my life. And
Yes.
This is weird.
You forget there was about a year of my career where I sustained on elbow macaroni and Molly McButter. People think I'm kidding. But that macaroni was only 49 cents a bag and lasted about 4 days. So
There you go.
yeah.
We know some hunger in our past, but not now.
So we give back.
So we got to give back. Please bring food for the food bank to Jed's Barbershop here at Daybreak.
We're going to do some news right now, and then Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine, the Dead Celebrity Game. Going to give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them dead. Pick the dead one correctly. You will win.
You will win. We have tickets to IDK Howe coming to the complex on November 27th.
Yes, our old friends IDK Howe. Going to be a good show, always a good show. So get in line to get those tickets. Or, like Jed's Barbershop, we'll take walk-ins. To
You can
play.
walk in for this. You can walk in for Beat Gina later. If you can walk in for the Boner recap. We can do all of those.
Walk-ins will get priority over the phone.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. So you can call 877-602-9696 to play for IDK Howe tickets in Frank Christ Presents. Right after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Get ready for Seasons Drinking. Salt Lake's best holiday party happens November 29th through December 28th at the Ruin on Main Street. Enjoy a holiday wonderland at Ruin with seasonal bar featuring a takeover from the Remora crew. It's a tiki bar.
I was going to say, you should explain that more, but
Yeah.
I would push the Blantons, honestly, if I were the Ruin. You know?
Yeah, they've got their own barrel of bourbon there, but they're kind of turning the Ruin into a tiki bar for the holidays.
It's a great place. It really is.
All right, news. Tragedy.
Oh.
She was one of a kind, an original. She will be missed. I'm guessing Gina Barberia has probably read a book by Barbara Taylor Bradford at one time or another.
I have not.
No? Why not?
That's not my jam, Bill.
One of the best-selling novelists of all time.
Well, she's like old lady romance novels.
Perfect for you. Perfect for you.
Not going to have those at the book club, are you?
No.
She captivated readers for decades with chronicles of buried secrets, raging ambitions, and strong women
Yes.
of humble origins, rising to wealth and power.
I love that.
She died on Sunday at her home in Manhattan. She was 91 years old. She died after a short illness, beginning with the runaway success of her 1979 debut novel, A Woman of Substance. I've even heard of that novel, actually.
Like
they made a movie.
Fabio was on the cover.
They
of
made a
lot of
movie of it, right?
Did they make a movie of a woman?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. Ms. Bradford's 40 works of fiction sold more than 90 million copies in 40 languages, and Gina just goes, no.
Well,
Pooey. 10 of her books were adapted for television, films, and miniseries, and the author, a self-described workaholic whose life mirrored the rags-to-riches stories of many of her heroines, achieved global celebrity and amassed a $300 million fortune. And she did start out in very humble circumstances and became a very famous person. I like this, just a little tidbit here. She was born in England into a working class family whose grit inspired some of her stories. Her father lost a leg in World War I, and her mother was born out of wedlock. And her grandmother once labored in a workhouse for the poor.
Those are all perfect for.
Yeah, so she grew up and she wrote about things like that. And
Clearly a woman of substance.
yeah, indeed. All right, let's see. A federal judge in Colorado has made a decision, despite complaints from players who objected to the participation of an athlete who is transgender. The judge said, no, this person can play. It's the latest chapter in a fierce national debate about whether transgender athletes, particularly transgender women, should be allowed to compete on teams that align with their gender identity. Players for other colleges in San Jose State's conference, the Mountain West, and I think Utah State is one of them, have filed lawsuits seeking to bar the player from competition. They were joined by some people affiliated with San Jose State, including a current co-captain of the team, former players, and a recently suspended assistant coach. The plaintiffs argued that allowing the player to participate in the tournament would discriminate against women by denying them equal opportunities. The plaintiffs requested an injunction to stop the player from competing, but the judge said, nope, sorry, this person can compete if she wants to, and for now she's still on the team. Special Counsel Jack Smith has asked two courts on Monday to effectively shut down the federal criminal cases he brought against President-elect Donald J. Trump last year, bowing to a Justice Department policy that says it's unconstitutional to pursue prosecutions against sitting presidents. Now, that's their policy. It has never been determined to be unconstitutional through the Supreme Court, but it's always been the Justice Department's policy to not pursue prosecution against sitting presidents.
So there are people above the law, is what we're learning.
Well, and this is the whole reason he was running,
Yeah.
to make these things go away.
The twin request by Smith made to judges in Washington and Atlanta were acknowledgement that Trump will re-enter the White House in January unburdened by federal efforts to hold him accountable through charges of plotting to subvert the last presidential election and holding on to a trove of highly classified material following his first term in office. Wasn't there a jury trial on the plotting to subvert the election? Wasn't there a jury trial on that?
Well,
and the jury found him guilty.
He's been found guilty by two juries. I can't remember the
one
jury.
of rape or sexual assault.
E. Jean Carroll won, and then the hush money.
The hush money.
Which was to subvert the election.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so this effectively says to the jury,
Screw you.
Screw you.
We'll make our own laws and decisions.
Let's see. The former president of the Utah Farm Bureau will be placed on probation after agreeing to a plea deal for assaulting one of his own farm employees. Remember, this happened a year ago or more. Ron Gibson entered a guilty plea Wednesday for a Class B misdemeanor assault charge against him. As part of the agreement, Gibson was given a 90-day suspended jail sentence and placed on 12 months probation and is required to serve 20 hours of community service. In August of 2023, Gibson was arrested for hitting a worker on his Ogden farm. After calling 911, the employee and Gibson had struck him after he and his workers complained about not getting paid. According to the employee, Gibson had failed to pay the crew its last 4 paychecks. There was video that showed Gibson telling the man to shut up and slapping him. The employee was later transported to the hospital. Gibson resigned from his position as head of the Farm Bureau right after that, which, because it doesn't look good for the head of the Farm Bureau to be hitting farm workers. And by the way, there were also allegations of fraud and human trafficking, bringing in workers and almost subjecting them to slavery. And those charges are still pending. They're still being investigated. But this one, just the assault charge, has now been put aside. A Utah man was arrested over the weekend and accused of biting off a part of another man's ear during a fight. Eric Roy Brown was booked into the Salt Lake County Jail for investigation of mayhem and aggravated assault. A fight broke out at a residence, according to police booking affidavit. Officers arrived to find the alleged victim. It was a guy bleeding from the face, and a piece of his ear was missing.
That's a victim.
Well, I don't know. He's an alleged victim as far as I'm concerned. The man had significant injuries, including the missing part of his ear, a nasal fracture, and bruising around his neck, and what appeared to be fingerprints on the right side of his neck.
Let it be known that I was nowhere near this incident.
You see, kids, back many years ago, there was a boxer named Mike Tyson who's been in the news recently.
He is. But he was one of the biggest sporting events of the year.
But they
know who he is.
They know who he is, but they may not remember that he bit off part of Evander Holyfield's ear many years ago. The victim, in this case, was taken to the hospital and was later transferred to a second hospital because he needed ear care. I don't know. The Hyundai automobile company has recalled over 145,000 electric vehicles. You probably know about it. And finally, this story. Gina, this is for you.
Okay.
I know you're excited. The baby tee is back, making a fashion comeback.
Baby tee.
Baby tees.
They're no business wearing a baby tee.
What? Look at these young women. They look great in them.
I am not a young woman, nor do I look good in a baby tee.
I think you might.
Are they?
They're tiny.
They're tiny. Gina would need 2 of them.
Oh, okay. That was a T-shirt with a baby on it or something.
No,
They're tiny.
they're like really tight and midriff.
Yeah,
and,
not my thing.
They're back?
Yeah, yeah.
90s are coming back.
They look.
That is a 90s.
I think they look great.
Well,
on the right person.
but
of course.
everything looks good on those people.
Well, that's true.
Baby tea, not
Mud.
baby
That's
tea,
true.
mud.
Yeah. All right. That's it. Sports weather traffic.
Let's see. In the NFL last night, the Baltimore Ravens over the Los Angeles Chargers, 30-23. Let's see. The Jazz are going to lose tonight to the San Antonio Spurs. That will start at 7 o'clock. I probably should stop saying that's not helpful.
Yeah, you may be the cause of it. As a
I'm
matter of fact.
sorry.
Single-handedly.
This is will be a great success for the Utah Jazz
Great
tonight.
success.
Utah Hockey Club is on the road up to Canada. They play the Canadians.
Up there to Canada.
Puck drops at 5, Bill, on that. Okay, so storms moving through Utah today and tomorrow, bringing impressive amounts of snow to all areas, especially the mountains, before clearing out ahead of Thanksgiving. Winter storm warnings are in effect across most mountain locations in the entire state. Up to 2 feet of snow is forecast for the central mountains. I've got family going down to St. George. I'm going to have to warn them about that.
Are they not capable of checking the weather on their own?
Or maybe they're listening to us right now. We heard from Travis that there's snow in Huntsville. State plows are out and taking care of the main roads up there. Heard for some other canyons that are experiencing snow already. Sardine Canyon, snow's blowing there. So yeah, just be aware of your travel the next day or two. Weather could be affecting that. 100% chance of rain/snow today, depending on where you are. High of 45. This sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? A little bit? Maybe a little bit?
Sounds okay to me.
Yeah, if you see something, you can let us know via text at 33986. The Stateroom Presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Sixpence None the Richer with Emily Hicks Wednesday, December 4th at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Well, what was their song again?
Kiss me. Kiss me.
No, that doesn't help. That doesn't help.
All right.
No, I'm sorry, that doesn't help.
Before.
Oh,
Oh, good heavens.
Hi, Frank. Frank Christ is here at Jed's Barbershop.
I wasn't prepared for that.
Well, you just popped in.
I tripped. I'll be honest. I tripped.
Come down off of the top of that Monopoly game machine there.
Sorry
There.
about that.
There he is. There, Frank. Frank Christ
Hello,
is.
everyone.
Hi, Frank. Frank Christ is here. He is the reaper of celebrity souls, and his music seems really loud to me. I don't know. Is it really loud?
Yeah, but
is.
that's how we hear Nick, so I don't know if he can fix that. He's here to play Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
What kind of a prize do we have?
X96 welcomes IDK Howe coming to the complex on November 27th.
All right, do we have a contestant?
Yeah, I got Sarah on the line.
Sarah. Sarah, are you there?
Hi there. Yes, I'm here.
How are you, Sarah?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good.
Sarah's not going to be able to hear us. I'm channeling some engineer people in my brain. Sarah's not going to be able to hear us if the organ music is that loud. You'll have to take the Vox Pro out.
It's quiet for me, but I can take it out.
Well, that's good.
Loud,
We're doing this for you.
It's really good.
It's there. Thank you. Frank is the reaper of...
Wait, there's that engineer again. See, there's no internal volume control to the send. There is none. You just have
Frank,
to take it for...
I didn't know you could channel.
I can do that. I can channel people if I ever need expertise in things. That's why my electric scooter never breaks down.
Sarah, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
All right, Sarah. Sarah, we're going to play the game Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has given me a list of actors that he loves. He loves them all. And one of these actors, not so fine, Frank has had to take away. But the other three on this list, they are, in fact,
They're just fine.
And if you can select the dead celebrity, you will win those tickets. You ready to go?
Yep, I'm all ready.
Okay. Because it's National Cake Day and International Cake Day, these are actors in movies about cake or movies with cake in the title. So,
Okay.
all right. So, number one, Sarah, is Lucy Punch. She appeared in movies Ella Enchanted, Hot Fuzz, You Will Meet a Tall Dark Stranger, Dinner for Schmucks, and Into the Woods. She was also in the Netflix series, A Series of Unfortunate Events. She was in a movie called Cake, a drama that ends up with somebody making a cake for someone. Number one is
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston is the star of that movie. Very good, Gina. That's number one, Lucy Punch. Jennifer Aniston's still alive, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay, just check.
Right, Frank? I don't know. We should ask Frank, not me.
Oh, she's fine.
Yeah.
Number two actor, here we go. Number two, William Fichtner. This actor you would know if you saw him. You would know him instantly. He started his career with supporting appearances in Virtuosity, Heat, and Strange Days. Fichtner was also memorable in Contact, Armageddon, Go, The Perfect Storm, Black Hawk Down, Crash, and The Longest Yard. He was in The Birthday Cake, about an annual gift of a cake to a local crime lord. Number two, William Fichtner. Number three, Colm Meaney, an Irish actor best known for playing Miles O'Brien in Star Trek, The Next Generation, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine. His career in films include The Damned United, all three film adaptations of Roddy Doyle's The Berrytown Trilogy, and Get Him to the Greek. He was in a movie called Layer Cake. Number three, Colm Meaney. And finally on this list, Alan Rickman. Rickman made his film debut as the German criminal mastermind Hans Gruber in Die Hard. He earned critical acclaim for Truly, Madly, Deeply, An Awfully Big Adventure, Sense and Sensibility, Michael Collins. He was fantastic in Galaxy Quest, and he played Snape in the Harry Potter films. He was in a movie called Snowcake. Number four, Alan Rickman. Sarah, my dear, which one of those actors is deceased?
You had me in the first half. I was confused at first, but rest in peace, Alan Rickman.
Yes. Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
He died in 2016.
We're all sad about it.
That was a tough one. That was a real tough one.
Yeah, he just really had a tough time there right at the end of his life. Prostate cancer.
Yeah.
They kind of got that under control, and then he started having other cancers, and it just
All
fell
of his
apart.
organs in his body rose up to take him.
Yeah.
2016
sad.
was a busy year for Frank, I think. 2016 was very busy for Frank.
I think so. Sarah, congratulations, Frank. You'll be okay.
Just flashing back to 2016.
See what you've done, Sarah.
Sarah, you won those IDK How tickets.
I don't know. Maybe we'll take them away.
No, give them
No,
to her.
please.
All right.
Okay. Hang on the line.
Hang on, Sarah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Where are you headed, Frank?
Well, I know it's hard to believe, but I'm going to go check on Rich Little.
Oh, for heck's sake.
He's 86 today.
Well, for gosh sakes. Really?
You think he'll do his Johnny Carson? Or
I'm
his
sure he
Richard
will.
Nixon for me?
He'll try and pretend he's someone else, so you won't take
I'm
him.
not Rich.
You've got the wrong guy.
I'm Ronald Reagan. Oh, wait.
Well, I should have taken you many, many years ago. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Frank.
Goodbye, Frank.
Semi-truck is blocking all northbound Banter Highway lanes, 1820 south. It's trying to get moved over to the right lane. Crash eastbound 201 freeway, Banter Highway, blocking the right lane. Car facing sideways there. We heard from some friends of the program saying there's snow. Wyoming from Rock Springs all the way to the border, snowing up there. 201 East accident at Banter. Yeah, I just was reading that one, but thank you for texting that in at 33986. And whatever you're seeing on the road, you can let us know. Just make sure it's safe for you to text, and I will pass it along. The X96 and Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers invite you to help those at the road home this holiday season. They need blankets, coats, shoes, hats, and gloves. Drop off donations at any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer or go to x96.com for dealer locations.
KXRK Provo, we will take a break. We'll be back after these.
Coming up, I have a very important email, an email of interest from Eastern Europe.
Oh, all right. We'll get to that coming up after these messages. Broadcasting live from Jed's Barbershop in Daybreak, 4690 West Boardwalk Road, right behind the Harmons, X96.
He's here. He's back with us. Frank Christ, Reaper, Grim Reaper of Celebrity Souls. And here he is. Frank, you weren't with us on Friday. Now,
you know why.
Well, you had to park your scooter right next to the bed of, was it Glennis Jones?
No, David Soul.
It was David Soul. David Soul, yes, and Hutch from Starsky and Hutch, yes. Don't give up on us.
up on his baby. and tragedy.
Yeah.
Cindy Morgan.
Lacey Underalls.
Lacey Underalls from Caddyshack.
Oh.
And Tron. She was in Tron, too.
Yeah, Frank is here. He comes every weekday unless there's a special circumstance like there was on Friday. Frank is here to play a game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
He has given me a list of 4 actors, precious celebrities. And on this list of 4 actors, 3 of them...
Well, they're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has not taken, but one of them Frank has taken. One of them is dead. And it is the contestant's job to figure out which one of these 4 celebrities has passed. And who do we have?
Adam is here.
Adam, good morning. How are you?
Well, physically, I'm fine. Just fine.
Yes?
Thank you, Adam.
But on the inside, one of Frank's coworkers has already visited me.
Oh?
What?
What happened, Adam?
I'm dead on the inside.
Oh.
Well, sorry to hear that.
Is there a dead on the inside, Reaper?
What? Wait a minute. What could Adam...
Not in our division.
What could Adam win here, Gina?
Adam, you could win tickets to see Alkaline Trio March 21st at Rockwell at the Complex.
There, Adam. That could revive your soul right there.
Oh, if anything will, they can.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to read you the names of these actors. You tell me which one is dead. Because it's National Coming of Age Day. All of these actors are in coming-of-age movies. Here we go. Number 1, Tracy Letts started his career at the Steppenwolf Theater before making his Broadway debut as a playwright with August Osage County, for which he won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama and Tony Award for the Best Play. As an actor, he won the Tony Award for Best Actor in a Play for the Broadway revival of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. The coming-of-age movie that he's in, Lady Bird, about a girl from a poor family who wants to attend an expensive college. Number 1, Tracy Letts. Number 2, Chaz Palminteri. He was in Bullets Over Broadway, for which he was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. Also known for The Usual Suspects, Hurly Burly, Analyze This, and on TV, Wise Guy and Kojak. His coming-of-age movie, A Bronx Tale, based on a play that he wrote of the same name, A Bronx Tale. Number 2, Chaz Palminteri. Number 3, Fiona Shaw, known for her extensive work with the Royal Shakespeare Company. She played Petunia Dursley in the Harry Potter films. Other notable films include My Left Foot, Persuasion, and Jane Eyre. Her coming-of-age movie, The Tree of Life. A man's early childhood memories are paralleled by the creation of the universe. Number 3, Fiona Shaw. And finally on this list, Philip Baker Hall, known for his collaborations with Paul Thomas Anderson, including The Hard Eight, Boogie Nights, and Magnolia. Hall had supporting roles in a lot of films, including Midnight Run, The Truman Show, The Talented Mr. Ripley, and Bruce Almighty. He's in Say Anything, in which an underachieving boy falls in love with a smart girl. Number 4, Philip Baker Hall. Which one of those celebrities is dead, Adam?
I can't decide between 1 and 4. I think I'm going to go with 1.
I'm sorry. No, Tracy Letts is doing very well.
She's just fine.
He's fine. He's only 58 years old, but I'll give you another chance, Adam, because unlike Frank, we believe in second chances. Here we go. I'll read them again. Is it Chaz Palminteri, Shaw, or Philip Baker Hall?
It's going to be Philip Baker Hall.
Yeah, you should have gone with that.
Yeah, you were close.
Yeah. He died of emphysema at his home in Glendale, California in 2022. He made it to 90 years old.
Not bad.
Yep, there you go.
Good run.
All right, Adam, you get to see Alkaline Trio, and I hope they revive your
dead soul.
Punk rock will do that.
All right, hang on the line.
Oh, Adam had me worried there for a moment.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Shirley Bassey?
Goldfinger!
Oh, right on cue. 87 today. Actually, I'm going to go check on Bob Eubanks. I have a feeling Shirley Bassey is fine.
Bob Eubanks?
Bob
Go
Eubanks,
get him.
86 today.
Yeah, go get him.
Oh, I'll go take a look and see if he's all right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
He hasn't made whoopee in a long time. And Santaquin wants to know which Jed's barber shop we're at. because he's coming up from Santaquin
Where the first one he meets
From
gets to.
Santaquin?
to us here at
So
Jed's
the first,
Barbershop.
so the first one he gets to will
Yeah.
be, that's where we are.
That's where we're at. It's 4690 West Boardwalk Road in Daybreak, right behind the Harmons. And X96 broadcasting here all day.
Yeah, not just us.
Just a warning. We are.
The bomb cyclone, Artie Fufkin, will be here.
He will be here, and
Do you have a countdown clock?
I should make a countdown clock is what I should do, because it's 7:07 right now, so you do the math. He's here at 10, just a warning.
He'll be here earlier than that.
Oh, yeah.
I can almost guarantee that. Look, bring non-perishable food items for the food bank to this location of Jed's Barbershop here at Daybreak, but the other ones also are taking...
If there's one closer to you, if it's not convenient for you to come out here and see us. Although if you come out here, we've got Radio from Hell coffee mugs we can give you. We've got some IDK How tickets we're giving away.
And you get to see how good looking we are if you come here. 877 people look.
Nobody said anything. They're looking at her. Who are you talking about?
I saw Madison and Katie both go, what? Ooh. Oh, geez, God, you're really up in the night, Bill. 877-6029. Oh, we don't need the phone number right now, do we? We need your non-perishable food items. People have been bringing cases of canned soup, but we could use, tuna fish, or Vienna sausages, canned hams, canned chickens, whatever. Lots of stuff for the food bank. Bring it here to Jed's Barbershop. Now, I have for you here an email of interest from Eastern Europe.
Ooh. Eastern Europe,
yes.
eh?
Not specific as to where in Eastern Europe it is, but a pretty interesting email. You ready for that?
Let's hear it.
Dear Bill, writing to you from Eastern Europe, where my wife and I just landed a few days ago. It's been over a decade since my last correspondence, which you read on the air at the time. See below, and he's included the one he wrote 10 years ago, and I'll read that as well. My wife, whose job has led us here, is unpacking in the other room, listening to the latest episode of Radio from Hell. Overhearing it just now, I felt compelled to once again write to say that it has long been the sound of home for me, and has now become the same for her. She, a New Jersey native who probably seldom had entertained even a passing thought of Utah until she met me, has been a Radio from Hell addict since I introduced her to it several years back. I dare say she's now probably more conversant in Utah happenings and culture, thanks to you, than most of my kith and kin still based in Utah. In any event, I figured I'd reach out for a long overdue, hello, yeah, what, from afar, and to assure you that no matter what the man tells you, Radio from Hell would thrive in East Coast markets and perhaps even Eastern European ones. We'll be working on that. In the meantime, if you end up reading this on the air, please tell Tina that I love her. We're glad Radio from Hell can be a slice of home for both of us now, wherever we go. Sincerest best to the three of you, a fan since childhood, Gavin. And you want me to read the letter that he wrote 10 years ago?
Sure, yeah.
Bill, I've been meaning to write for some time. I wanted to tell you that somehow your voice and those of Radio from Hell in general have become the sound of home, especially this past year. Almost a year ago, I summited Mount Kilimanjaro. The final ascent is grueling, dark march in the snow and the cold. The guides recommend bringing along an iPod and playing something during those long hours with little scenery.
Oh.
Until the cold took my iPod altogether, my spirits were high, and I forgot the wind burn thanks to some old episodes of Radio from Hell. Over 4 years ago, I moved with my wife to the East Coast from Salt Lake City, and as you know, there's a loneliness in getting used to new places. But the podcasts were always how we kept up with goings-on in Utah, and it made it seem not so far away. Several months back, my marriage ended. There were some extremely dark days, and the loneliness was unbearable. But Radio from Hell helped cut through the heavy and get me laughing again. This is a really long way of saying that ever since I used to pee myself laughing at Dingo Boy as a 10-year-old kid, the show you guys do has been a familiar fixture for me. As silly as it sounds, many people in your audience feel that they know you. You've spoken to them as often as their family. And it's just a show, but, you know, your day-to-day grind, you know that. But I wanted you to know that it's meant a lot to me, and to have a little taste of home, a little familiarity, and a little frivolity in the hard, lonely moments, you know, of the last 20 years of my life. I hope you've got 20 more in you. Whatever the medium, I'll tune in. My heartfelt best, Gavin. Well, so he wrote that 10 years ago.
10 years
So
ago.
10 more.
So what? We
10
only.
more?
Yeah, no, I don't. Gavin, I don't.
I don't want to speak for Bill, but
I'm thinking 10 years from now.
It could be. Tina Turner was still going strong, Bill. Take your blood pressure medication.
Here's the thing. I'm going to have to do it for 10 more years, all right? Because they're going to take away my Social Security.
Stop.
What have I got?
Well, see, my thought is
I've been putting into that since 1982, and it's going to be gone.
See, my thought on that is I don't want to let Gavin down, but I don't want to let you guys down either. So,
do it for Gavin.
If you guys can keep me alive that long, I'll do it.
We're going to hook you up to all kinds of machines.
If you got some machines and stuff, you know, plug me in.
I'm beyond machines. I'm moving to the occult now. That's the way we're going to do it.
Okay. Listen, I'll take it.
Machines are expensive. The occult, you go to a library, okay?
Listen, I'll take it. I saw that movie Heretic.
Yes.
And people will pray. If people want to pray for me, I don't believe in prayer, but if people want to pray for me, thanks for doing it. It can't hurt.
Thank you.
You know? Yeah.
Can't hurt.
All right.
Well, yeah, so if you have an email of interest, you don't have to be as far away as Eastern Europe. You can send us an email from right here if you want Radio from Hell at x96.com.
Yeah, that's simple as that. Send us an email.
Thank you very much. Let's see. Traffic, Gina, please. Let's do
this is going to be next couple of days are going to be a mess, I think. Crash eastbound SR 201 30th West. Banter Highway 13 South, there is a stalled vehicle there. Lots of slowdowns, actually, at Banter. Northbound Banter Highway, all lanes 1820 South were stopped for a time. I think they've reopened it, but a semi was blocking the road there. I would avoid that area if you can. Crash northbound I-15 27th South. And let's see, did somebody send something in via text? Yeah, same thing, that 201 East 32nd West, several accidents in that area. We're hearing from folks. 33986 is where they're texting that in. If it's safe for you to text, let us know what you're seeing out there on the roads. Mark Miller Subaru is giving back through the Share the Love and Pause for the Planet. They support charities, protect animals, improve our planet. Join Mark Miller, making a difference.
All right. People responding to Gavin's email. This is Reno doesn't have a warm voice to listen to in the mornings when you first move here, so I started listening to the police scanner. And then Andrew says, Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill's head in a jar, and Gina.
There you go. That'd work.
All right.
That'd work. Let's see. We've got Boner of the Day coming up. Here are your candidates that you'll be voting for momentarily. Boner candidate number 1, they're all con men and grifters. Boner candidate number 2, we should deface some of their property as part of the punishment. And number 3, someone thought this would be a genius move.
All right, Boner of the Day, Big Boy News, all coming up after these messages and a song. ranlife.com/x96.
You want to move, don't you? Sure you do. You know you do. You want to get out of the place you're living in right now and move up. Move on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment.
Or maybe you want to move out here close to Jed's Barber Shop.
Listen, a lot of people are moving out here to Daybreak, and if you've been dreaming of a new home, Rand Life has the mortgage for you. They've slashed their rate to a scorching 3.25% on a 3-in-1 adjustable rate mortgage. That's for FHA and VA loans. 3.25%. And Rand Life's a local mortgage company. I've used them in the past, and they've been terrific. If you are dreaming of a bigger house, a better location, or finally getting that gourmet kitchen that you've always wanted, this is the time to do it with Rand Life. Don't wait. Turn your dream into an address. Go to ranlife.com/x96 and learn more about their incredible new low rates. That's ranlife.com/x96.
X96.
I could have maybe had better Boner candidates.
candidates.
Well, those are.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, I still have in that. So I have a little file that says "boner on deck." That's where I put the ones that I'm.
It's where
considering.
they're warming up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the ones I'm considering. Listen to some of these titles, and then maybe I'll tell you about a couple of them. Woman names newborn son methamphetamine rules.
That one kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, well, it's not what you think.
Oh.
Yeah. Woman spreads dead brother's ashes in a packed club pool in Ibiza. Police officer. No, I don't want to do that one. How about Gilbert Arenas podcast slams Utah. Move the Jazz to Seattle, he says. And it's pretty. It's just him slamming Utah.
Okay.
Aussie man fined over $2,000 for taking his pet python surfing.
I have questions.
He was just on a surfboard and the python was around his neck.
And so he's like,
Yeah.
oh, look
If,
at me.
if you fall and the python
Yeah, that's why he got
falls-
fined.
Exactly.
Yeah. Teen dresses up as married woman to rob bank.
How do you dress up as a married woman?
As you can see, I'm married.
How about giant?
I'm here to take money out of my husband's account.
I think that's exactly
You
what
know,
he did.
my husband.
Yeah. Teacher cuts girl's hair without permission. Now here's one you really might want to hear this one.
Okay.
Trump aide Cassidy Hutchison claims Rudy Giuliani groped her on January 6th.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And you want to hear?
I saw the Borat movie, so, you know.
You want to hear any of these? How about let's woman names newborn son methamphetamine.
Yeah, when you're saying it's not what you think,
Yeah.
I'm curious what that means.
Yeah, and I've had this in the file for a few days. It's New South Wales, Australia. An Australian journalist, Kirsten Drysdale, is currently in a newborn bliss bubble, having recently welcomed her child with her husband, Chris. There's just one problem. Her son's legal name is Methamphetamine Rules.
What?
The New South Wales...
Well, that's just too hard to spell. He's going to have a hard time in kindergarten spelling.
Well, they call him MR. The Registry of Birth, Deaths, and Marriages. Now, see, so you think, oh, well, she's the boner candidate, right, for naming her kid? No, that's not where it is. The registry let the name slip through the cracks during its submission process, despite offensive terms being prohibited. A spokesperson told News.com that they've since strengthened their system to avoid it happening again. Okay, mistakes happen, but why would Drysdale name her child Methamphetamine Rules to begin with? She is a TV presenter and been working on a story which aims to investigate the answers to viewers' burning questions. One of them was, what can I legally name my baby? While researching for the story, the heavily pregnant Drysdale was trying to decipher what the register default names a child if a parent's first submission is rejected.
Okay.
And she wasn't getting a clear answer from the government. She was about to give birth. She decided this was perfect timing to take matters into her own hands as part of the story.
Okay.
We thought, what is the most outrageous name we can think of that will definitely not be accepted by the registry?
I see where this is going.
It was really just a lighthearted, curious attempt to get an answer to the question.
Thought for sure they're going to reject this.
Well, imagine Ms. Drysdale's horror when her initial outline submission listing her son's fake name was approved very quickly. Weeks later, Drysdale got quite the push present when the official birth certificate arrived in the mail, and right there on the official birth certificate, Methamphetamine Rules. I don't know how this slipped through, said the manager of the registry. I don't. Possibly they thought methamphetamine was a Greek name, said the reporter. They haven't really given us a clear answer how this happened.
Hi.
So
my name's Methamphetamine Rules, but you can just call me Meth.
It's
that's interesting.
I know, and so the registry would have been the boner candidate there. I don't. So now I'm going to have to, and then the Rudy Giuliani one is just.
echoey.
Well, it's because this room wasn't designed for broadcast. It's a barbershop.
Yeah.
It's echoey. There's no sound absorption. Now, because I've got some stuff behind me, it's absorbing the sound, so I'm not.
Yeah, you have an arcade game right behind you, which is good positioning for you.
That way I could just get up and play Dig Dug at a moment's notice.
It would actually sound better if more people came down here to see us.
Absorb the sound.
Yeah. Come by and bring food to Jed's Barbershop.
Not food for us, food for the food bank.
Yes. We are at the Daybreak location of Jed's, 4690 West Boardwalk Road in Daybreak. But you can take your donations to all the Jed's Barbershops today while they're open. So if there's one near you, make a donation to the food bank. Help some people out.
And there's a really nice Harmon's grocery store right here that if you don't have anything, but you could just pop into the Harmon's, get
Walk
some
around
stuff.
the corner, yeah. All right, 7:25. Let's get to Boner of the Day. Excuse me. Thank you. 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. You will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, 11/26/2024. We'll give you 2 candidates now. A third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
Here it is now, Boner candidate number 1. They're all con men and grifters. Boris Epstein, accused of asking presidential administration nominees to pay a monthly fee for lobbying President-elect Trump.
How about that, huh?
Internal rivalries spilled out into public view on Monday as Epstein, a top advisor to Donald Trump, found himself at the center of an ouster effort over accusations that he had asked potential administration nominees to pay a monthly consulting fee in exchange for lobbying for them to President Trump.
Wait, that's
President-elect
wrong?
Trump. The maelstrom engulfing Epstein suggested that barely 20 days. So here he is. I got a good idea. I'm going to make some money on the side. If you want to be in the administration, if you want to be nominated for a cabinet post, you pay me, and I'll go and talk to Trump for you and get you in there.
It's just sickening.
Good Lord.
The grift is just so blatant.
It's been barely 20 days since Trump won the election. The knife fight culture of the first Trump presidency, where bitter aides took any opportunity to remove rivals, has returned. Over the weekend, David Warrington, the Trump 2024 campaign general counsel, finalized the main conclusions of a review into Epstein that found that he had unsuccessfully solicited tens of thousands of dollars from potential nominees, including Scott Bessent, who's a billionaire, and who has been tapped to be Treasury Secretary.
Of course.
I think it's interesting that he's done this, but he had absolutely zero success. Because even these people, he goes to them and they go,
No.
You're just a piece of slime. You are a piece of dirt. Boner candidate number 1. They are all con men and grifters. Here's Boner candidate number 2. We should deface some of their property as part of the punishment when we catch them. Officials with the Officials with the Kane County Sheriff's Office are now asking for the public's help on identifying a pair of people that investigators say are responsible for vandalizing ancient petroglyphs in southern Utah. The Sheriff's Office said they're joining with the Bureau of Land Management in investigating the vandalism at a cultural site near the confluence of Wire Pass and Buckskin Gulch in Kane County.
I think they have a picture of them.
Oh, yeah, they have pictures of them. They have pictures of their car. They have pictures of both of them.
Good.
And they have pictures, it's a man and a woman, and they have pictures of them actually defacing the petroglyphs at this place.
Well, let's identify them and lock them up.
And it seems to me they have a really nice car. So let's lock them up and also then go deface some of their property.
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. Has somebody thought this would be a genius move?
All right, Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Clark Planetarium proudly presents Laser Trans-Siberian Orchestra, a holiday music journey, November 22nd through December 31st. Don't miss this breathtaking laser light spectacle in the Hanson Dome Theater. Get tickets at clarkplanetarium.org.
You.
Cher recalls a curious interlude from her rich and many-chaptered history in her new book, Cher.
Will somebody get Bill this book for Christmas? Because he keeps reading excerpts from it.
Her new book called Cher, the Memoir.
The Memoir.
Part 1.
Part 1? Okay.
The Oscar and Grammy winner writes about how when she went to apply to change her legal name in 1979, she was shocked, I tell you, to discover that on her birth certificate, her first name was listed as Cheryl, which did not match what she thought her actual name was. I believed that Sherilyn was my name until that day. Years later, when I decided to legally change my name to simply Cher, the moonstruck star pens in her memoir. She goes on to explain how her late mother, Georgia Holt, who was 19 years old when she gave birth to Cher in 1946, was exhausted after her labor and did not catch the mix-up. When a nurse came into her room to ask what the baby's name was, Cher writes, her mother responded that she had no idea.
I don't know.
But the
Why
woman,
don't you name her?
the woman insisted, so she replied, well, then, okay, Lana Turner's my favorite actress, and her little girl's name is Cheryl. My mother's name is Linda, so how about Sherilyn? After the alarming discovery, Cher writes that she confronted her mother about it, asking, do you even know my real name, Mom? According to the memoir, her mother replied, I was only a teenager, and I was in a lot of pain. Give me a break, Cher.
Give me a break, Cher. Wow. That's my sign-off today, by the way.
Give me a break, Cher. Those loud train horns that you keep hearing aren't going to stop just yet.
Nope.
There are still 2 crossings that are left that still need fixing. On September 30th, the Federal Railroad Administration suspended the entire Woods Cross Quiet Zone after finding 4 non-compliant train crossings within the zone. Since then, routine train horns have blared from Ogden to Salt Lake City. The first 2 crossings at 1700 South in Salt Lake is where a commercial driveway exists and still needs to be fixed. Mark Stevens, a city engineer, said the driveway was installed too close to the adjacent rail track back around 2019 or 2020. You know, we're in discussions with the property owners and the city's legal team, waiting for them to come to an agreement so we can close the driveway access to the property and start constructing. The closure of the driveway and the reinstatement of the quiet zone are hoping to have within the next couple of weeks. I can't imagine, because we're in the studio and we'll hear them. Probably from this one, 1700 South. And we can hear it. What if you lived near there?
Oh.
It would just be awful to have be confronting that. Let's see. A Salt Lake County council member says he and his top aide are facing retribution due to another council member's vendetta against him.
Because that's how politics works now.
It is. The dispute boiled over last week after council member Amy Winder Newton proposed eliminating each member's personal policy advisor. So I guess every member of the council has an aide or a personal policy advisor. Council member Sheldon Stewart said the proposal was intended to target his aide, Kim Coleman, specifically. Ever since I've gotten on this council, my policy advisor has been under attack, particularly by the member that has made this motion, Stewart said. We have incoming members that relied upon this, and for us as a legislative branch to be this negligent, we've effectively cut ourselves off from being able to effectively manage our budgets. Winder Newton says, I don't have anything against Stewart. I don't have anything against Coleman. I just think this is a good idea. I think she has something against them. She has something going there. I'm
but it's
hoping
getting
to see
rid
more
of all
fighting.
of them. It's not getting rid of just one.
Yeah, listen.
You have to cover your tracks.
Yeah,
you know.
you've got to cover your tracks.
Otherwise, it's yes, I am targeting you. No, I'm targeting everybody. Honest.
Listen, nobody gets gum. If one person
exactly, that's it.
A former high school ballroom dance coach in Utah is accused of sexually abusing a student, Riley Conrad Connolly of Mason City, Iowa, was charged Monday in 3rd District Court, 2 counts of rape and other charges. Between 2018 and 19, Connolly was a 16-year-old girl's ballroom dancing coach at a Salt Lake County high school. The two started exchanging private messages on Snapchat. According to the charges, Connolly also gave private lessons in Lehigh. Prosecutors say Connolly sexually assaulted the girl at the studio. They would also meet in a parking lot in Draper where more happened. Connolly was fired from the high school due to the accusations of inappropriate conduct with another student, but now they question Connolly about his involvement with the then 16-year-old girl, and he said, yeah, I did. And so now he'll go to prison. Mm-hmm. Let's see, a 21,000 square foot Wasatch County mansion was sold last week for a price that's definitely a record. Though the listing agent is unable to comment on the price or the buyer, listing agent Paul Benson said the deal left both parties happy. This is a house that has its own gondola. The gondola that delivers you on a track to the ski slope.
It's crazy money.
It's probably $50 million.
I think this is the house that Rockstar Wiener owned.
Oh, it is. You're right. The guy, what's his name on the radio?
The Rockstar, the beverage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to think of a rock star named Wiener.
What's the guy's name?
Savage.
Michael Savage.
Michael Savage's son started Rockstar.
Yeah.
Which is why we won't drink it.
Yeah, the drink. And that's how much money people have spent buying Rockstar. Is he had the most expensive home in Utah.
This home, it's in Deer Crest in Deer Valley. It has an NBA regulation-sized basketball court, pickleball courts, a bowling alley, a climbing wall, and it's got a gondola, a rail system that takes passengers to Deer Valley, runs on top of Bald Eagle Mountain. See Donald Trump in threatening to impose sweeping new tariffs on Mexico and Canada and China.
Sure.
And if he does, get ready for a really essy economy.
Yep.
It's going to just kill the economy.
Price of everything will go up.
Jerry, buy a car. You're going to buy a car?
I know. I think
buy a car.
When I read that this morning, I went, boy, he's not kidding. I guess I better.
And Carrie, I'm sorry to tell you this, but human error has led to the death of a young gorilla in Alberta, Canada, according to officials at the Calgary Zoo. Ayare, a 2-year-old western lowland gorilla, died last week after being struck in the head by a hydraulic door that a staff member accidentally activated. The worker was trying to separate Ayare from other members of the gorilla troop for a solo training session. He died of traumatic head injuries, according to the statement. He was a magnificent gorilla, too. There's a picture of him here.
That's
silver.
That's a tragedy.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Brought to you by Fed Up With Your Current Health Benefits. Empathetics offers alternative private health care with great membership benefits. A VIP membership is $95 a month with no contract and includes a Utah Med card. Learn more at empatheticswellness.com. Storm moving through Utah today and tomorrow will bring impressive amounts of snow to all areas, especially to the mountains, before clearing out just ahead of Thanksgiving. Winter storm warnings are in effect across most mountain locations in the entire state. Up to 2 feet of snow are forecast for the central mountains, 3 to 4 feet possible in some areas. Valleys will see mostly rain, although higher elevations could have smaller snow accumulations. Whether it's snow or rain, the storm will cause issues with holiday travel. Rain will impact travel in northern Utah today, and driving to central and southern portions of the state will see snow early today and heavy rain by the afternoon. Already having some traffic issues out there. That semi that was blocking Banter Highway has been moved over to the right and the shoulder northbound Banter Highway. This is at about 27th South. Still quite a bit of slowage through that area. We also have a crash eastbound SR 201 30th West. And let me see, I thought we had a friend of the program that sent us in something via text at 33986. Accident northbound I-15 33rd South on-ramp I-80 exit. Northbound right lanes are backing up. That came in via text. You're welcome to send us these kind of messages. Just make sure it's safe for you to send them 33986 is where you do that. Excel Automotive Repair, commuter vehicle repair specialist, Asian and small domestic vehicles, dealership quality service at independent shop rates, located at 33rd South 290 East. To make an appointment, go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
All right, here's boner candidate number 3. Somebody thought this would be a genius idea. Thanksgiving turkeys, excuse me, almost always taste better when they're brined, and a brine always includes, lots of salt. Where's there a large source of salty water to plunge a bird for a couple of days to tenderize and flavor it ahead of the big
Nobody
day?
did that, really?
If you're one of those who started packing up your turkey to head towards the Great Salt Lake, think again. On Monday, the Great Salt Lake Park shared a photo on social media of a turkey that had washed up on shore at Silver Sands Beach after somebody tried the lake brine technique. And it does not look good. Park officials offered one of many reasons why using the lake as a brine is not a good idea. Not only is the salinity too high for a proper brine, the waves can be very strong, and there's a good chance you could lose the entire turkey, as this person did. So there you have it. Somebody thought this would be a genius idea, but you want to see the picture of this? That's what that looks like. It's, it's still in the mesh and the plastic, but it's got just goo all over it.
Don't do that.
Boner candidate number 3. Somebody thought this would be a genius move.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. They're all con men and grifters. Boris Epstein. He'd be accused of taking or asking potential administration nominees, cabinet post members, and other nominees, going around to them saying, listen, I'm an advisor to Donald Trump. We're personal friends, and they are. He knows him, and he does advise him. If you pay me a monthly stipend, I'll really put in the word for you. I'll just make sure that you get, I'll increase your chances of getting a cabinet post. Jeez, what a... Boner candidate number 2, we should deface some of their property as part of the punishment. This man and this woman, and there are pictures of them doing it, defacing some ancient rock art in Kane County, Utah. And boner candidate number 3, trying to brine a turkey in the Great Salt Lake. Somebody thought that'd be a
All right. There you go. It's time to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win, the one that you think is the worst. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth back in Salt Lake at 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting Tuesday, November 26, 2024. Click and vote. And if you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. You only have until the end of these messages to vote, and then Sean Means will be here at Jed's Barbershop with us to review movies. We are on location at daybreak, 4690 West Boardwalk Road at Jed's Barbershop, X96.
But I got looking at movies that have been filmed here, and we know some of them. We all know The Sandlot. We all know Footloose.
Well, the very first time anybody ever saw John Wayne on screen, he was filmed here in Utah.
That's right.
For a stagecoach.
And so there's a bunch of westerns that have been filmed here. But I have a complete list here of
how many are there?
424 on this list. I'm obviously not going to read them all.
Get some well-known ones and some obscure ones.
Okay, so 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yes,
you didn't know that.
That's where the apes were with the bones. And
Austin Powers and Goldmember.
I don't remember Goldmember enough to say.
Apple Dumpling Gang.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yes.
Let's see. Back to the Future Part 3. That makes sense.
Yes, I remember that one.
Better Off Dead. You didn't know that was.
Ski resorts, right?
No. Oh, maybe.
Because it was all about skiing.
Was Better Off Dead about skiing?
I don't know.
Yeah. He had to beat the ski captain to get his girlfriend back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber.
Of course. Yeah, everybody knows Dumb and Dumber. I'm trying,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep, Pirates of the City Slickers.
Yes.
That
Search
makes
for
sense.
Curly's Gold, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Con Air,
Oh, yeah,
That's
okay.
right. Con Air.
Daddy Day Camp. That was that Eddie Murphy movie. Let's see. Lots of horror.
Yeah, a lot of horror movies here.
Easy Rider, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The Electric Horseman also makes sense. The Exorcist 2 filmed here. Fletch.
And it doesn't mean the whole movie was filmed here,
It
right?
could be
was
parts of it.
Yeah.
Because like Fletch, there were like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
That,
Like
that motel up
and
in...
Motel and then him driving on Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
3 o'clock high.
3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
I was in there.
Can't forget that.
The Hulk.
Yeah. The first Hulk movie with
Yeah.
the Ang Lee Hulk movie.
Yeah.
'Cause there was
Is
a
the
lot of...
Last Emperor on there?
I don't
no,
see
probably
that.
not. I think it was
No.
all in China.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of them. And more to come. Let's see, what else is coming here besides... Oh, I thought I
They
had...
left out John Carter of Mars.
Oh, John Carter from Mars.
Carnival of Souls.
Yes.
The famous Carnival of Souls.
Planet of the Apes. Lots of Planet of
Lots
the
of
Apes.
Planet of the Apes, yep.
Point Break.
Delightful Water Universe, starring Hanson Bill Allred.
Is that in there? Stephanie reminds me the singles ward was...
Oh,
Carrie was in that.
Harry was in that.
Cop number 2 or something.
Cop number 2. Had to write my own dialogue.
Um,
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Everybody keeps saying Galaxy Quest, and I can't remember.
Katie says yes.
Is that right?
Galaxy
Probably.
Quest.
Okay.
Which is what a great movie that is, and they've never made a sequel.
They keep threatening to make either a sequel or a series. They keep working on it, and they keep running into...
Well, Alan Rickman's dead.
They're like, this doesn't work.
Octopussy
Oh, yes, Octopussy.
was filmed here.
Oh, Goblin Valley is where they did the Galaxy Quest.
Of
That's
course,
right.
Thelma and Louise. We've talked about that before.
Well, now
Lots.
because there are so many movies filmed here, there must be a lot of celebrity sightings, and we need to know about those. So if you ever have celebrity sightings, you should let us know. You could email us radiofromhell@x96.com, or you can call us 877-602-9696. If any time you run into a celebrity, we want to know the story.
If you're at a McDonald's in St. George and see Kevin Costner.
Because I seem to remember somebody telling us a story that Bret Michaels was getting gas someplace on his way to the dunes.
That's right.
And somebody
Out to the dunes.
somebody ran into him at a gas station. Where are you going? Out to the dunes.
Yeah, somebody says if it wasn't for Jeremiah Johnson, there wouldn't be a Sundance. That's true. That's where
That is true.
Robert Redford fell in love with Utah, much as Kevin Costner had.
I wonder if he'll start a ski resort.
No room. Oh, okay.
Hi.
7:47. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the boner of the day is brought to you in part by some delicious sausages, and they were roasted in the oven with grapes and onions, and it was delicious.
And get ready for Seasons Drinking. Salt Lake's best holiday party happens November 29th through December 28th at the Ruin. Enjoy a holiday wonderland at the Ruin with seasonal bar featuring a takeover from the Remora crew. This is a group at a different bar that comes in, and they're going to turn it into a tiki bar because that's fun.
Sure is.
Just for the holidays. Go to ruinslc.com.
You don't think of roasting grapes very often, do you? But it actually works out quite
My
well.
husband has made that very dish
Has he
before,
really?
the sausages and grapes.
It was delicious. All right, now listen, boner candidate number one, they're all con men. The guy that's trying to grift off the Trump election, and I thought that guy would win for sure. Came in third.
Third?
The voting was all close. Making a really strong showing, boner candidate number three, putting a turkey in the Great Salt Lake, that almost won. Came in a strong second. But the winner Boner candidate number 2, defacing the rock art in southern Utah or in Kane County.
All right.
Boner of the day.
There you go. That's your boner of the day for today, Tuesday, November 26, 2024. Congratulations. Sean Means brought to you by
Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or hastergames.com.
Well, here he is. He doesn't have blood in his veins. He's got printer's ink. He's Sean Means, a writer and editor at the Salt Lake Tribune. sltrib.com is where you can find Sean's work. And then Sean is a movie critic. And you can find his movie reviews at moviecricket.net. Good morning, Mr. Means.
Good morning.
What movies are we talking about today?
We have 2 movies to talk about that are opening for the Thanksgiving weekend. We will start with Moana 2. I'm a bit limited in what I can say here because the review embargo doesn't lift until 10 a.m.
Oh, I'm sure that they're going to throw us all in critics' prison.
But the social media embargo was lifted like a week ago, so I can talk some.
Really?
This is following up on the 2016 movie Moana, in which a 15-year-old girl on a South Pacific island traveled across the ocean to find the lava monster that was jeopardizing her village. And with the help of Maui, a demigod with Polynesian tattoos and a magic fishhook and a voice sounding remarkably like Dwayne Johnson.
This is animated.
This is animated.
The first one apparently is on Disney Plus. It's like #1 most viewed animated.
Yeah, kids love it.
Kids love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. Anyway, so the sequel, this originally started out as a TV series for Disney Plus, but then they decided, no, I think after COVID, they're like, no, let's just make another movie. So I did really like it. It's fun. It's got some nice adventure. I like the message about the importance of human connection, whether it's across oceans or across generations. You can read the full review at 10 o'clock at moviecricket.net, and that's when you can find out how many stars they get.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, so that leaves Maria.
Maria. This is a biographical drama about Maria Callas, the famous opera singer, diva.
There's a play about her, too. What is it called?
Masterclass.
Masterclass,
Yes.
Yeah. It's just a one-woman show.
It's a two-part.
Oh, that's right. There is another smaller
because she's teaching to somebody.
Yeah.
So Maria Callas, probably the greatest opera singer the world has ever seen. This where we find her in the movie. This is toward the end of her life. Matter of fact, the movie shows the last week of her life. Age 53 and in failing health, her singing days are pretty much behind her, but she's determined to sort of go out on her own terms. She starts rehearsing with an accompanist to see if she can still has enough in the tank to mount a comeback. She's played here by Angelina Jolie. And one of the things that's very cool about this is that there's no effort to do prosthetic makeup or anything like that to make Angelina Jolie look more like.
But does that take you out of it because you just say it's Angelina Jolie?
No, it's because it's a legend playing a legend, and that really works. And there's this sort of unspoken back and forth that the actor and character can converse on that level.
All right.
It's really amazing to watch. So while Maria is testing her voice, she's also granting an interview to a young journalist played by Cody Smith-McPhee, who you would recognize from lots of stuff, through the interviews. And it's not entirely clear if the interviews are real or made up in her head, because the name of the journalist's name is the same name as a brand of Quaaludes.
I see.
Was that something that she partook of?
There is indication that she was hiding pills in all of her fur coats and stuff. Yeah,
interesting.
So through these interviews, she's flashing back through her life, being a young girl in Greece, fending off the Nazis, her first marriage, and her affair with Aristotle Onassis, the rich Greek tycoon who Maria dated for many years, even after Onassis married Jacqueline Kennedy. This is directed by Pablo Larraín, the Chilean director. He did very similar treatment with Jacqueline Kennedy in Jackie with Natalie Portman, and with Princess Diana in Spencer with Kristen Stewart. And it's sort of like this trilogy of tragic 20th century women.
He has a thing.
He has a thing. What I really like is that what I really like about Maria is how the narrative flips from past to present, from reality to potentially fantasy, and from the glory of Maria Callas' singing career to the life she's living just before her death. 3.5 stars. This is
Wow.
really beautifully done. It'll be in some theaters starting on Wednesday, and then if you don't want to go out for it, Netflix will start screening it on December 11th.
Now, I finally saw The Heretic, and as I recall, your review of it was you gave it quite a good review, 3.5, I
Yep.
think, something. Well deserved. It's I would just add to your comments about it. Hugh Grant is astonishing in that movie.
Yes.
Astonishing.
Perfectly cast for that.
And the two women, the two young Mormon missionaries, sister missionaries, both excellent.
Yes.
I could find no fault with it. Maybe a little long. Maybe it drags a little toward the end.
The ending is a little odd, but I think if you go with it,
Sure.
it makes sense.
Yeah, it is a very, not to give anything away, it's a very odd ending. But once you're that invested, but the first part of the movie, it's very talky, but it's just so riveting.
Tense.
Riveting. It's just great. So I highly recommend The Heretic.
And I saw Gladiator 2.
You
And
seem kind of lukewarm about it.
well, so before Gladiator 2, there was a trailer for Kraven the Hunter.
Yes.
And in Kraven the Hunter, Aaron Taylor Johnson plays the son of Russell Crowe. And as I'm watching Gladiator 2, I thought, boy, I wish Aaron Taylor Johnson had played the son in the...
There's nothing wrong with Paul Mescal.
It's just not...
It's just that there's no way, because without Russell Crowe, there is a giant hole
Yeah.
that the Gladiator 2 has, which cannot be filled easily, and Mescal doesn't do it. I don't know if Aaron Taylor Johnson would have filled it either.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He just seems like he's a bigger presence.
I heard another reviewer say that pretty much the same thing too. Said Paul Mescal is a fine actor.
Yeah.
He just didn't have that Russell Crowe
Yeah.
quality.
And Denzel
That would have been me.
makes
That
up.
would have been me here last week.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
Denzel makes up for some of that.
Denzel is enjoying chewing the
Yeah,
scenery. yes.
exactly.
Well, next week, Night Bitch.
Yes.
What?
Pardon me?
Night Bitch.
You can say that on the radio. Okay, that's good to know.
Night bitch.
This is based on a novel about a frazzled suburban housewife who starts taking on the characteristics of a dog. And this is
Amy
played by Amy Adams in the movie. So yes.
Well,
Okay.
Night Bitch.
the two I'm looking forward to the next week. It's kind of a grab bag next week. There's one called The Order, which is Jude Law going undercover to infiltrate white supremacists in Idaho.
Oh.
And Flow, which is a animated movie about a cat in the wild, and it's like no dialogue whatsoever, and it's supposed to be
I
it's
heard
supposed to
about
be
this.
beautiful.
Yeah, I heard about this one. All right, cool.
I will report back.
Thank you very much. Sean Means reviewing movies for us. Thank you, Sean.
Moviecricket.net,
All right.
sltrib.com.
Thank you, Sean. Traffic, Gina, please.
The exit ramp from eastbound 201 freeway to Banter Highway is temporarily blocked while vehicles are moved by tow trucks. Consider using 3200 West exit. A multi-day storm is going to continue to impact the state tonight through Wednesday morning. Periods of road snow, significant at times, can be expected in the mountains across most of the state. Heaviest across central and southern Utah. Many higher mountain routes will say road snow Tuesday afternoon through early Wednesday morning. My sister and her husband are hauling a wild Mustang to California in all of this, which I am not.
What could go wrong?
I am not happy that they are doing that, but
Yeah, they can't wait a day or two.
they're going to Thanksgiving in California, and they're taking the horses being delivered as part
Well,
of
the
that.
horse has to go to Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
So if you're seeing something specific you'd like to share with us, 33986 is where you do that. The State Room Presents, bringing you live music memories. Check out Sixpence None the Richer with Emily Hicks Wednesday, December 4th at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
KXRK Provo. We're broadcasting live from Jed's Barbershop out in Daybreak. It's 4690 West Boardwalk Road, right behind the Harmons. Come and see us. X96 is going to be here all day taking your donations for the food bank. Non-perishable items only, please. But you can drop off your donations at any Jed's Barbershop. Find one near you, jedsbarbershop.com. We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's the 8-Bit Gamer coming up. Tech Talk with JD on the way.
All right.
Stand by for that. Goldback.
Local currency, Goldbacks, made of 24-karat gold, offering physical, spendable form of wealth protection. You can protect your wealth with Goldbacks because they maintain their value because they're made of real gold, offering natural resistance to inflation that grows with gold's value. As the gold price increases, so does the value of your Goldbacks. Plus, you can lease them through the United Precious Metals Association. They have accounts that will help you earn up to 3.5% annually on top of the gold growth. And there are over 800 local Utah businesses that you can shop at, and they accept Goldbacks as payment. So to learn more about Goldbacks and spending in physical gold, visit alpinegold.com. That's alpinegold.com. And remember, if you hear this on the radio, as you're hearing it now, you can use the promo code for free shipping on orders of over $200. Use the promo code RADIO.
X96.
Well, it's with a heavy heart that we say goodbye to a trusted and valued employee of the Radio from Hell show.
Well, thank you.
It's goodbye, but not forever.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Like maybe for a couple days.
It's our intern Dawson, and Dawson has been. This is the second. Dawson re-upped. This is his second.
I tried.
His second tour of duty. He was an intern some years ago, and then he came back and has been an intern again for how many years now?
Between both of it, like 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Enough experience to hopefully do something else one day.
Well, I have some exit interview questions for you, Dawson.
All right.
Now, first of all, what do you think the most important thing you've learned working here? What's the most important thing, or what thing do you love about that you've worked here?
What I really love is the editing. Honestly, as geeky as that sounds, I can read every one of your voices almost in the wavelengths.
Really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, at this point, I can kind of read the audio. One of the most important things, I think, was to kind of forgive myself. I had a tough time with the first time I left.
Why? What was different?
Because you're a doofus, that's why.
Yes, I was a doofus. I was a young 20-year-old whippersnapper, and wasn't making choices for myself. I thought I was, but
I mean, you weren't horrible as an intern then.
Well, thank you.
But you were kind of a doofus.
Yeah. That's a kind way to put it.
But you've matured.
I would like to think so.
Yeah. Here's a second interview question. Did I ever ask you to get me a cup of coffee? And if I had asked you, would you have reported me to HR?
Well, you did.
I did?
When I rode to the road home at the Chevy dealer.
Oh, I did.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
so did you report me to HR for it?
No, no.
Okay. Should you?
Well, would you get me a cup of coffee?
No, God.
Well, then I might.
No, you're an intern. Get an intern a cup of coffee.
Okay.
What will you miss the most about being here?
The experience, being able to show you off to the listeners. I think the most fun part about being in production is elevating someone else.
I would have thought you said playing with the dog.
That I will miss Vax a lot.
You'll miss
I
playing
really
with
will.
the dog.
He is
All
a great dog.
Okay, just about to the end of the interview here, the exit interview. See, this is the fourth question. Chuck Berry's song, My Ding-a-Ling, yes or no?
Yes. I listened to it this morning and I was singing to it.
And finally, this question. This is the question we ask all.
There's one more.
Oh, this is, yeah.
Little Smokies or Little Polskas?
Oh, yeah.
Smokies. Yeah. The sauce on them, it's better.
That's the key.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, that was a tough one.
And then finally, you see that door right there? Don't let it hit you in the ass when you leave.
That's my favorite part.
All right. And while you're out there, get me a cup of coffee.
Would you?
No.
Oh, good. Didn't that feel good to tell him no?
It did.
Right. Thanks, Dawson.
Thank you, Dawson.
so
you
much.
you really have been a valued employee, but you'll be around as a sort of a utility player.
Yeah.
Picking up slack where it's needed.
Yeah, there's lots of slack.
We'll still see you around.
As a matter of fact, will you pick up some slack out there?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I like this.
Good.
My family will be proud of me.
Very good.
Standing up for yourself, Dawson.
I know.
Thank you.
It all starts here.
Doofus.
Now, when you're back next week, you can't say no.
Oh, okay. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, okay.
This is a freebies.
You're becoming a utility player now. You're being called in when needed.
You can't elevate others when you say no.
That's true. All right. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Dawson.
Yeah. Okay. And he'll be stepping in to help out while I'm gone.
Probably he'll step in fairly often,
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
Because I've got more vacations planned.
God knows.
B in Ogden. Aunt B. You know Aunt
Oh,
B.
in Ogden.
In Ogden. Yeah, she's.
Beatrice Taylor was her name.
Oh.
Yeah, that is exactly.
Beatrice
you know
Taylor
B.
in
you
Ogden.
Know, you know Aunt
Listen,
B.
if she offers you pickles, just don't.
No.
Kerosene. They taste like kerosene.
Yeah, don't bring. I mean, you could bring like actual pickles probably. To
Oh
the
yeah,
food bank.
yeah, sure.
We're looking
Or
for
Vienna
that.
sausages.
Artie Fufkin brought us Armour's Vienna sausages. It says right on there, America's favorite.
If they can't put that on there if it's not true.
And then he brought us a little can of Beanie Weenie, and it's the original Beanie Weenie.
Original Beanie Weenie. All right. Is this a sponsored feature? I think these are for him, actually. is what I think.
Probably.
Yes.
Yes, Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice, paints, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State, or HasterGames.com.
Yes,
Okay.
It's time to talk to Jonathan Deasing, or JD as we call him. He's the host of the 3-Bit Gamer Show. Are you there, JD?
Yes, sir. You guys
Hi,
hear me?
nice to hear your voice. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Well, we've got that all settled. Nice talking to you. Good night.
What's happening on
Sound check
the
is
internet?
done.
And
Yes. What do we got?
Yeah, so a weird month because I have 2 games that I can't stop playing, of all things, on my phone. I usually don't play a lot of games on my phone. It's just, I don't know, I have a small phone, so it's just not the best vehicle. But right now there are 2 games that I can't stop playing. The first one is Pokemon trading card game Pocket. If you remember the 90s and you remember Pokemon cards and how kids were, they were getting banned from having them at school. And
Believe me, they are still a thing.
Yeah.
Pokemon cards. I mean, I have nieces who don't even play the game. They just want me to bring them Pokemon cards, and then they put them in a loose leaf and keep them.
Yeah.
So this is the game for them, Carrie. This is amazing because because they cost like $5-6 a pack, right? You probably bought one more recently than me. So this game allows you to it has a more stripped down version of the actual game itself. So normally the game you play with 60 cards in a deck and it's got all these complexities. This game reduces that down to a 20 card deck, and the battles are a lot faster because they can take 10-15 minutes in person, playing the real game. But this game you can get through a battle in like 2 to 5 minutes. So that part's really nice, but what's the cool part is the packs. You get 2 free packs every day to open. You get like every 12 hours essentially, and that's it. I mean, there's no ads. There's obviously ways to spend money like microtransactions. I haven't even felt like the pressure or need to because, I mean, quite frankly, I loved Pokemon cards growing up as a kid, and if I were able to open. If you told me today, present day, every morning and every evening, you just hand me 2 Pokemon card packs, I would be over the moon.
And you get to open them. Yep.
I would get to open them. And
this
that's
might be good for them then.
Does this cost you?
Yeah,
Does this cost something for you to put it on your phone?
Nope, it's free to play. It's on Android and iOS, and you can jump in. You don't have to battle. I mean, there's not even that much pressure to battle, and lots of people just and there's ways when you start playing, because all these mobile games work the same way. You open like 20 packs, because they're just throwing packs at you to try to get you on the drip.
I got nieces and godchildren who this is perfect for because they don't play the game. They just like the cards.
They'd like it on the phone, I bet. Yeah.
Now, what's the next thing?
And when you get the really cool cards, they come with like these awesome animations and stuff. Like when the card like is revealed from the pack. Oh, it's just so cool. So, Pokemon Trading Card Pocket. It's free to download on phone. I would just. This is a no-brainer for me. If you liked those games, I play it for like 5 minutes a day sometimes.
Let's get to Dungeon Crawler.
Dungeon Crawler is, my goodness, this game I cannot put down. Very basic. The idea here is that you are filling a claw machine, and this is, it's got the kind of the physics of the claw machine, because you drop the claw, it grabs things, and sometimes it drops them, sometimes it grabs more things than you anticipated. But you're like dead.
Now this trailer starts out with a tragedy.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
A rabbit.
Yes.
Getting his foot cut off and turned into a keychain.
Yes.
Right away, this is traumatic for me.
It's like a little Pokemon-looking rabbit.
Yeah.
But still.
But he's got to go into the claw machine to get his foot back.
Yeah.
You see, it's
pretty
good
funny.
for characters to have motive. That's what I find.
I suppose.
There's Count Clawula. This is really stupid.
It's a claw machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you fill the claw machine with, weapons, shields, trinkets, or whatever, and then when you drop the claw down, so say you have a bunch of knives in your claw machine, you drop the claw down, you pick up 3 knives, well, those go down into the hopper, and then the enemies you're facing, those 3 knives worth of damage will apply to them. And so if you know the enemy's going to be attacking you on the next turn, you might want to try to grab a shield. But the randomization of the actual like claw machine element of the game is what makes it just so addictive. And it's a roguelike, so it gets harder as you play, and you're not really committed. If you lose, if you die, you just start over, and you just see how far you can get.
Sounds pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, I'm just glad that the one-handed rabbit defeated Cthulhu. It looks like so.
There's Sir Bun-a-Lot in there too.
Yeah. All right, Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Yes, so this is the latest Mario and Luigi game. This is that series, and it is very basic. It's what you'd expect from a Mario and Luigi game. You're exploring these different islands with your brother, and you're solving puzzles. You're fighting bad guys, doing a lot of jumping. If you are waiting for a new Mario game, if you have a Nintendo Switch, the one thing that I will say that's kind of a nit against this is a single-player game.
I'm fine with that.
I was really under the yeah. I thought this would be a co-op game. I thought you'd be able to play this like on the couch with your brother or something. But that's kind of my only knock against it. But people seem to be liking this one, especially for like a new Mario game. It seems really solid, and the art style is unique. For Mario, it doesn't look like all the other Mario games, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. All right.
So internet snuff. Do we have time for this?
We do. This actually is a site I'm familiar with. This one.
Oh, that's cool. So this is called Sounds of Disneyland. I haven't seen this before. Soundsofdisneyland.com. And if you guys are big Disneyland fans, I should say, if you're in the park a lot enough to recognize the sounds and songs that they play over the loudspeakers over and over again, this website lets you listen to those, which is the coolest thing because it goes by time period. So if you want to, feel like you're walking around Disneyland in the 80s, you can pick that track and, you'd be like, oh, yeah, when I was a kid at Disneyland, this is what it sounded like when I was walking down Main Street USA or whatever.
Yeah, there's Main Street USA 1976 in here. There's, the main gates from different years. But he's right, because they program different music throughout the years. There's even a Club 33 soundtrack in here, too. So, yeah.
Strange.
And I think I've been to Disneyland maybe 4 or 5 times in my life. But when I put this on, I was like, oh, shoot, I'm in Disneyland. Like,
you were transported. Okay, yeah.
It really works.
There's Storybook Land, the sounds of Storybook Land.
I'm going to do it then, because I love the way those women that dress like Alice in Wonderland talk. You know,
Gina, for you, there's the Tiki Room.
In the Tiki.
Country Bear Jamboree.
The original Country Bear Jamboree is on there, so you can listen to them all.
I will do it.
Yeah.
And then finally,
Disneyland.com.
Finally, this one is really interesting. This is really interesting.
Yeah, this last one here, Cloud Hiker. It's cloudhiker.net, and they've got 20,000 just random old-school websites, and you can just browse them. You just go to cloudhiker.net, and it'll just take you to a random website. You know, they're not all winners, and some of them are kind of weird. But every once in a while, you run on a website, and I was like, this feels like a website that I might come across in like the 90s when I was a kid, just clicking on links and browsing the internet.
This is essentially like flipping your TV channels, but with websites.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just web surfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like we don't have that anymore. That used to be such a part of the internet. Now your web surfing is essentially going on like Facebook and scrolling through ads until you find a link to click on.
Yep.
If you're lucky.
There you go.
But yeah, cloudhiker.net for some old internet experiences.
All right.
Do they curate them a little bit and make sure you don't land on anything that's, going to screw up your screw up your computer? Or
I don't think there. Yes, to answer your question, I do think they do a pretty good job of curating. Okay. I do think some of these sites go down, and so there may be deactivated sites that you run across, or sites that are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan Deasing, you can find all of these things that we talked about, games and websites and so forth, at x96.com.
Yes, we got all those links will be posted there. If not right now, a little bit later. Traffic, Gina, please.
Yeah, thank you.
John.
Yeah, looks like we've got nothing major happening right now, believe it or not. Down south, people are experiencing some rain and snow in places, but north of Provo, not really so much. And let me check our message stream, see if you've sent anything in via text. Nope, but you certainly can. 33986 is where you do that.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. 877-602-9696. What are we playing for?
It's Win It Before You Can Buy It. Tickets go on sale today at noon for Post Malone with Jelly Roll at Rice Eccles Stadium.
There you go. Post Malone, Jelly Roll tickets, 877-602-9696. All you got to do is play Beat Gina. Casablanca trivia today.
Ooh.
It was released on this day.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, coming up. Stand by for that. Pups.
Okay, so I take my dog Riley to Pups. I've taken her there for several years.
Will you take me there sometime?
Sure. If I take you there, Bill, they're going to be very gentle with you with grooming. Took her there for her before Thanksgiving cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
They gave her a cute little Thanksgiving scarf, fall-colored scarf.
Ooh.
She loves going there. And what I usually like to do, because they do not just grooming, but they do daycare.
Daycare is the most important thing.
So I will take her there for a little play date before grooming, so she can kind of, get the wiggles out before they will let you do that. They also do training there at Pups too, and these are people that love your dog almost as much as you do. They are excited to have your dog there, and they will take good care of your pup. At Pups, I just have to tell Riley, want to go to Pups, and she gets super excited. 1123 East, 27th South. You can find out more what they do at pupsslc.com.
X96.
I got to go. Chainsaw Guy's going to be here. I got to go get something out of my desk.
All right. Well, Chainsaw Guy is here. He is the... Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Hi, Chainsaw
You're
Guy.
spending all morning with us. I feel very honored, Chainsaw Guy.
I don't know. I may have to take off in a bit. This is my very busiest day. Chasing screaming kids out of the haunted houses. It's very hard.
Is it fulfilling work?
Well, yeah, to a certain point. But, I find my work as a self-certified life coach a little bit more satisfying. I can answer people's questions, their
love questions,
life questions. All you have to do is call us at 602-9696. That is your dumb number, isn't it? Right?
Well, it's the number. I don't know if it's a dumb number.
877-602-9696. I saw a text question a while ago, and it's a guy said, I have a teenage girl. How can I convince my teenage daughter I'm not an idiot? And I sent back, I said, you can't. You know why? Because you are an idiot.
I like to think of this as
Hello, yeah, what?
It is,
Chainsaw Guy edition.
Whatever you want to talk about with chainsaw.
So, yeah, 877-602-9696.
Hello, yeah, what?
Well, that's the dumb number you use to reach out to Chainsaw Guy. You know, I spent many years reading self-help books.
Is that how you became a self-certified life coach?
You bet your booty. Sure did.
That's how one becomes self-certified.
Yeah, self-certified life coach. I can tackle just about anything.
Because you have to do something the rest of the year. You're not there are no haunted houses to chase people around all year long.
Well, that's true. I put my shingle out out on the front of the house. It says, Chainsaw Guy lives here, self-certified life coach. Please come in.
Just walk in.
Just walk in. You can just walk in. And then I also have the worm farm.
Walk-ins welcome.
Yeah, well, just walk in. It's fine. You don't have to have an appointment or anything. Yeah. And I like answering the calls that aren't coming in today on your stupid phone line.
877-602-9696. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's your attitude that's keeping people away.
You keep saying everything's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hello, yeah, what?
What do you two knobs know about it?
Well, see, there we go again.
I mean, I can be kind.
Now, Chainsaw Guy, you are a life coach, love coach. Do you have a special someone in your life?
A Mrs. Chainsaw Guy?
Well, I'm just wondering if there's...
I had a Mrs. Chainsaw Guy, but then I went to that law firm. She's trying to take See, we got divorced. She's trying to take She was trying to take my Poolin and my Eager Beaver and my Still Chainsaw.
Doesn't she realize that's your work?
Yeah, well, she doesn't care.
She doesn't care.
No, she's got herself a new guy. She just wants my chainsaws and my hockey mask. Can't have it.
It's taking me for everything you're worth.
That's right.
All right. Well, here are a couple of text questions.
Okay.
That I guess we could do.
Right.
And they're basically about chainsaw maintenance. One,
okay.
How often should one change the oil in the chainsaw? And two, how often do you sharpen your chainsaw?
You don't sharpen a chainsaw, you dope. You just buy a new chain. I'll buy it out here. And take it along with the girl. But I'm not carrying it all. You just have it on there. But you know, when you just stop that thing, I'll take up something. And then I break down. And I put my chemistry in the coat and on my foot. And then I put its hand under. And it's really easy to and it's very handy for removing warts.
Warts, huh?
Warts. If you got a wart, you get the chainsaw.
That's a better way to remove it.
My small one.
Now here's a texter that is laying some information on me. I'm shocked to learn this.
What's that?
Because I'm apparently so naive.
What? What is
Texter says, all life coaches are self-certified. It's not a regulated profession. I'm shocked to hear this.
Listen.
This is astounding to me. This is the first I'm learning this.
Mr. or Miss Smarty Pants, when you say it's very difficult to self-certify. You have to read that Life Coaching for Dummies book.
That's right. And that's not an easy book to get through. There are no pictures.
No. Life Coaching for Dummies. That's what you do.
It's all words.
In the back of the book, there's a form, and you can Xerox it and fill it out.
Xerox it.
Yeah, photocopy. Yeah, don't make fun of me. I'm older.
You've been chainsawing for
I've been chainsawing for decades.
Decades.
And so you fill out the form, and then you can frame it. And that's your certificate, see?
So when people come to your house, you can point to it and say, see?
That's right. You hang out the shingle, they walk in, you just point to that on the wall.
I'm just shocked to learn that this is not
Well, you learn something new every day.
Okay, now here's a question. who is your favorite slasher? Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jason?
Well, you know. But I think I was before I go to my would be Phil Raymond. Phil Raymond, yeah.
Who was that?
Phil Raymond.
Phil Lyman.
Phil Lyman. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like to think that you're the best of two worlds. You bring Leatherface with a chainsaw, and you bring Jason with your hockey mask.
That's
So,
right. That's, you know.
best of all worlds.
Split personality.
Right
Get
down,
it?
right down the middle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right down the middle. All right. Well, thank you, Chainsaw
All
Guy.
right,
Thanks
well,
for coming in.
All right, I got work to do.
You
Okay.
do. All right.
I got kids to chase.
Yes, you do. All right. Let's see. Also, Carrie, I don't know if you know this. Again, I'm shocked to
Well,
learn.
you're here to be
learn
schooled.
these things. Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if you know this, but when Chainsaw Guy gives advice, it's hard to hear him over the chainsaw sound. This is shocking to me.
I thought everybody could. I can hear him.
I can hear him just fine. I don't know what the deal is with y'all.
I don't know. He seems to speak pretty clearly.
Thank goodness for you people.
He had to learn articulation
Yeah.
to talk from behind the hockey mask.
Not just anybody
No.
can do that.
Thank goodness for you people. Haircut 100.
Cause.
We're at Jed's Barber
Yeah,
Shop.
there you go. Jed's Barbershop out in Daybreak for the food drive, and lots of folks been stopping by. Thank you, everybody that's come by.
Thank you to Travis the Pieman for bringing the pie. Huh?
Well, and he brought me, because he knows I won't eat things. He brought me Oreos.
And
Thanks, Travis.
so you think Travis has a dirty kitchen? Is that what you
No, I have a policy. It is not. It applies to everybody, Bill.
When you say you have a policy, you know that covers everything, right? I mean that.
I know that the Oreo factory has people coming in to make sure.
Oh no! Oh, you don't know how many rodent hairs they allow.
There's no one coming into
You
your
don't know.
kitchen and
Yeah.
making sure.
Thanks to Ethan and Quinn for coming by. Ryan Jensen and his son Liam were here earlier. Thank you for bringing in food for the food bank. We've had a lot of people stop by Jed's, and it's just all non-perishable food. And Artie brought Vienna sausages and Beanie Weenie, which I probably should donate to the food bank, but I might keep the Vienna sausages.
You probably should. All right. But we're at 4690 West Boardwalk Road out in Daybreak, right behind the Harmons. Come and see us. We're here till 10, and then Artie Fufkin will take over live, taking your donations for the food bank. Non-perishable food, please.
Yeah, we already had someone say, "Oh, I brought a turkey." Nope. I mean, thank you, but we can't take a turkey.
Oh, did somebody bring in a turkey? I didn't
Yeah.
see that. Oh, well.
All right.
Beat Gina, brought to you by Poplar Street Pub, the place for hockey. Every NHL game will be televised, featuring daily drink and food specials like their animal-style sliders. Poplar Street Pub, within close proximity to the Delta Center. Information at poplarstreetpub.com.
Well, you knew this part of the show was coming up, so if you didn't just slam a beer, hey, that's on you. That must mean it's time for America's most neglected game show, Beat Gina.
Oh, yes.
I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny Ola.
We can hear you, Nick.
I'm Beat Gina. What was that?
Sorry, Johnny. That was not. You're a professional.
Yes, we certainly can hear you.
Well, no one else can, so keep going.
I'm Beat Gina announcer Johnny Ola, and before we get to the game, there's this. I used to think that all colas were the same.
Oh, no.
But that's all changed since I took a famous test and found one cola that tasted best.
Oh.
It's certainly a surprise to me to discover how much better one cola tastes when I recently took the famous cola taste test by tasting leading colas in paper cups. My choice for best tasting turned out to be Royal Crown Cola.
Yes.
Since then, whenever I want a quick up, I get a frosty bottle of Royal Crown Cola. So why don't you take time out for a quick up with Royal Crown Cola? RC Cola, best by taste test. And now, here he is, the best game show host by taste test, the one, the only, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Let's see. The randomizer is going to pick a contestant to play against you right now, Gina. Let's see. Who do we have there, Nick? Who is our contestant?
We have, and I'm sure you can hear me this time, Jessica on the line.
Yes, Jessica. Thank you so much. Jessica, are you there?
Hi.
Jessica,
Yes.
are you there?
I bet she is.
She probably is
Jessica,
there. We
you're
can't
here.
hear her because
Hello.
There she is.
There she is. Jessica, I need no more neglect from you. All right. We're
Yeah,
going
I'm
to.
happy to be here.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right.
Prove it. We've worked
Jessica,
together a
you're-
long time, haven't we?
You really, Johnny, you and Carrie have worked together a
Oh,
long
yes.
Oh, yes.
I was Kerry's personal announcer at home for a long time.
When you walk into the
That's it.
room.
And now, Sue, here he is.
That's back when I could afford it, before the pay cut. All right. We're going to toss a coin to see who. What's your name again?
Jessica.
Jessica, thank you. We're going to toss a coin to see who's going to go first. Call it, Jessica. Heads or tails?
Yeah, I'll do heads.
All right. Coin toss app says it is heads.
Oh, you're one step closer to winning these before you can buy them even. Tickets to see Post Malone with Jelly Roll coming to Rice Eccles Stadium on April 29th.
All right, Jessica, because you go first, this first question is for you to answer on your own. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to answer the same question correctly and steal your point away. It is multiple choice pop culture trivia today. The subject is, because it was released on this day in 1942, Casablanca, a movie you probably should have seen by now.
Yes.
Especially if you went to college.
There might be spoilers ahead.
There might be. First question for you, Jessica. Here we go. The film had 6 quotes in the American Film Institute's list of top movie quotes.
6 of them.
At number 5, what was the top quote from this movie? So this is the most quoted line from Casablanca. Is it 1, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship? Is it 2, you're going to need a bigger boat? 3, here's looking at you, kid. Or 4, Scotty, I need warp drive in 1 minute or we're all dead.
Okay, I'm going to go with number 2.
You're going to need a bigger boat?
No, Gina for the steal. That was from Jaws. Gina?
Well, there are two
Yes.
possibilities here.
Yes.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
I wish you were right.
No, sorry.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Here's looking at you, kid. All right, it's 0-0. Gina controls the question.
Okay.
Gina, back in the mid-2000s,
Okay.
Madonna wanted to remake the film with her as Ilsa
That's a terrible idea.
and who as Rick.
This is going to be bad.
Is it 1, Ashton Kutcher? Is it 2, Don Knotts? Is it 3, Warren Beatty? Or 4, Milhouse Van Houten?
Oh, Warren Beatty. No?
No. Terribly sorry. No.
Jessica.
Number 4.
Milhouse.
Milhouse Van Houten?
You know, Johnny, Carrie,
I don't
I'm
think-
Johnny. Maybe we need to flip over all the cards.
I don't think Jessica really wants to be here. Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
Again, terrible idea. Okay.
Yes, terrible idea.
0-0.
Come on, Jessica. You
Jessica,
can get
your
this
turn. Your turn to get it wrong.
All right. Jessica. Let's see. Let's
one.
look.
Give her one that'll be worth 2 points. Can we do that, Johnny?
I just say flip over all the cards.
All right. After Rick does a favor for a young couple, Sasha says, and Sasha's one of the couple, members of the couple, says a line in Russian. Sasha says, "Nukakoi chevlek eto zamechatlegeleno."
Yep.
What does that translate to? Is it 1, no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Is it 2, don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and lakes you're used to. Is it 3, what a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Gotta say it again now. Or 4, Wow, what a man, that's remarkable.
Oh, God.
Jessica, I swear to God.
Oh, God.
Okay, what a man, that's remarkable.
There
Yay!
you go. Phew.
Somebody scored a point, for
Phew.
God's sake.
Oh.
That's 1 point for Jessica. Now we go to Gina.
Okay.
Gina.
Yes.
Why can't Rick return to America?
Okay.
Is it 1, he rebroadcast and reproduced pictures and accounts of a game without the express written consent of Major League Baseball?
Yes.
Is it 2, Rick led an African-American unit in World War I, became friends with Sam, and can't return to the U.S. because Sam got in trouble during the Red Summer of 1919? Is it 3, it is never revealed? Or 4, he killed a man with an oboe? Now, I'm not sure whether it's because the man had the oboe or if he used an oboe to kill a man.
Would it be a good idea for me to say number 2? Or would it be a better
Oh,
idea for me to say number 3?
It is never revealed.
Oh, God.
Thank
God. It's 1-1.
Tell you what, the person who gets this next one wins
Okay.
all the marbles. How about that?
I'm telling you, the genius on display here.
All righty, here we go. Jessica, what was one of the few original sets built for the film? The rest are all recycled from other Warner Brothers productions due to wartime restrictions and building supplies. So, which was one of the few original sets built? Was it 1, the bridge set of the USS Victor Laszlo, a Galaxy-class starship? Is it 2, Mr. Drysdale's office at the Commerce Bank of Casablanca? Is it 3, the Anfa Airport at the end of the movie? Or 4, Rick's Cafe, where most of the movie takes place?
We're holding our breath.
Isn't it Jessica?
Did we lose connection?
It's you, Jessica.
Oh, okay,
Jessica.
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the Commerce Bank.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Help me.
Gina?
The Rick's place.
Rick's Cafe. Yes. all right.
Gina wins the game.
Oh.
Oh, my.
Jessica, you're a delight, and you are going to see Post Malone with Jelly Roll at Rice Eccles Stadium on April 29th. Hang on the
Jessica hates
line.
me.
Hang on. You get the tickets
No,
anyway. I've got
I
to.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hang on.
I've got to go. Mrs. Zola has a ROC Coca-Cola and a moon pie waiting for me,
I'd love it.
along with some of her sweet loving.
Oh, I'd love a cola right now. Okay, let's get to some big boy news and opinioendo. We have like 5 minutes of it, so let's do it.
Get ready for Seasons Drinking. Salt Lake's best holiday party happens through November 29th through December 28th at the Ruin on Main. Enjoy a holiday wonderland at the Ruin with seasonal bar featuring a takeover from the Remora crew. Learn more at ruinslc.com.
All right, we do have news here.
Okay.
But because we took so long with Beat Gina,
Yes.
we can stretch the news into the next break and forego the Utah Word of the Day rerun. It's entirely up to you.
I care not.
Let's just go and see where we
Okay,
end
well
up.
then you have 4 minutes worth of news.
Keira Knightley.
Yes.
Said in an interview with the Times of London that she has erased from her memory the public shaming she endured from the press amid her breakout during the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy. The Oscar nominee was just 17 years old when she debuted as Elizabeth Swann.
Oh, she was?
In 2003's Curse of the Black Pearl. 2 pirate sequels followed, Dead Men's Chest and At World's End. The Pirates franchise was enormously successful, as we know, with Dead Man's Chest setting records at the time for fastest movie to gross $1 billion worldwide and becoming the 3rd highest grossing film in history. But it also led to the tabloid press hounding Keira Knightley and rampant speculation from the media that she was suffering from an eating disorder because she was so thin. In that classic trauma way, I don't remember it, Knightley told the Times. It's been a complete delete from my memory. And then some things will come up and I'll suddenly have a very bodily memory of it because ultimately it's public shaming, isn't it? It's obviously part of my psyche. Given how young I was when it happened, I've been made around it. She said that she was unbelievably lucky to have an incredibly loving support system of family, friends, and lovely boyfriends at the time to help her offset the press's bullying, but the actor still had to contend with questions about weight during interviews. In some cases, interviewers brought up the topic by asking about other actors. I remember viscerally one of the Olsen twins had anorexia, and she went into a clinic, Kira said, and I remember being asked about it on a press tour like it was a joke. This must have been pretty horrible for her. Probably at 16.
Yeah.
So you like the Olsen twin who had anorexia? You're going to have to go to a clinic.
Oh.
You know, just, geez, why?
What's wrong with people?
I don't know. All right. Listen, urgent warning in Britain, but this could extend here to today. Britons have been warned of a triple threat of lethal viruses that have spread to more than a dozen countries worldwide. The Clade 1 strain of Mpox, Marburg, and Oporsch virus have now been spotted in 17 nations, between them including one Caribbean hotspot. Officials are especially spooked by rising cases of Marburg. It's a virus that causes you to bleed from your eyes.
Oh, that could be a problem.
It has already killed at least 15 people in Rwanda, with hundreds of people being monitored for suspected infection. It's feared that the virus, which causes sufferers to bleed from the eyes, may spread to other African nations. Oropouche virus, I think that's how you say it, nicknamed sloth fever, has spread outside of its usual South American range.
You'd think I'd get that. I move slow.
Sloth fever, yeah. And Clade 1 is a separate mutant form of Mpox, and that's spreading rampantly in Africa, with a handful of cases logged in Canada and the UK and Sweden. These are really nasty, nasty viruses, and they seem to be breaking out of where they're normally found and spreading around the world. Let's see, Marburg is a hemorrhagic fever, the one that causes you to bleed from your eyes. No vaccine for that. It says infected patients become ghost-like, often developing deep-set eyes and expressionless faces.
This will be a movie.
Planned Parenthood, the nonprofit organization that provides reproductive care, sexual health care, is reporting a surge in demand for long-acting and permanent contraceptive options following the recent presidential election. Not only but here in Utah and Salt Lake,
nationwide.
There are lines at the Planned Parenthood clinic. You have to get in line.
And next to the lines are some a-holes who are yelling at the people in lines.
Yeah. And I guess we got to take a break here. Elon Musk says he's a 3,000-year-old time-traveling alien vampire.
Oh, let's put him in charge. Yeah. Okay. Sports, weather, traffic.
Well, Cam Rising's been seen on the sideline of Rice-Eccles Stadium for the first time since he suffered a season-ending ankle injury.
Where? Why? There's not a game. Is he just standing on the sideline over there?
Hey, where'd everybody go?
So everyone's wondering, is he coming back? Is he not? And is Kyle Whittingham coming back? Is he not? Unknown, but we'll decide soon. We've got the last game of the season this week. They are not going on to a bowl game, so we'll have answers to those pretty soon. Utah Hockey Club on the road. They play Montreal Canadiens at 5 o'clock today. The Jazz are home to the San Antonio Spurs tonight at 7 o'clock. That is your sports. Weather. Multi-day storm system will continue to impact the state tonight through Wednesday morning. Periods of road snow, significant at times, can be expected in the mountains across most of the state. Heaviest across central and southern Utah. Most of the Wasatch Front will see rain showers today. A changeover to snow is expected tonight as much cooler air arrives, with scattered snow showers lasting into Wednesday morning. Some slushy roads can be expected across the Wasatch Front from Bountiful south through Utah County Tuesday night into Wednesday. I-15 in southern Utah may be impacted as well. That's kind of a traffic and weather combined report right there. If you're seeing something, you can text it to us, 33986. Not any active accidents going on right now. That's the good news. Would you like to gain strength, balance, flexibility, and confidence with training from United Studios of Self-Defense? You can and you will receive 1 week free martial arts lessons. Go to ussdutah.com.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages with a Utah word of the day as we broadcast live from Jed's Barbershop, getting food for the food bank.
Food.
Non-perishable items. Take them to a Jed's Barbershop near you. We are at the Daybreak location, 4690 West Boardwalk Road, right behind the Harmons. X96.
Email of interest I have here.
Oh, is it of interest?
It is, really.
Email of interest.
Well, last week, we were talking about the Liberace Museum.
Mm-hmm.
And had some kind of quaint old pictures of Carrie and I at the Liberace Museum, which doesn't exist anymore, with Dora Liberace. Carrie and I posing for pictures. I was in front of one of his Rolls Royces, and Carrie was with Dora Liberace, gesturing to the largest rhinestone in the world. And Liberace said at one time, "I'd much rather have rhinostones than diamonds."
Why?
I don't know. That's just the
I
kind of
should
guy
have
he was.
more of them.
Yeah,
probably.
because I mean, you. Yeah, that's. I mean, there is a certain. You can put them everywhere, and they sparkle.
Nobody really knows.
So we're talking about the museum, and it closed down. But we found out. I did a little research quickly and found out that it still sort of exists, and they will loan out parts of the museum for exhibits and things, and when requested. And part of the museum was in Michael Jackson's old house in Las Vegas. Yeah. And then the other was in I forget what it was, a garage or something. Well, we get this email from Brian Harris. Folks, I found myself with some free time in Las Vegas Sunday. Imagine my surprise when the temporary exhibit at the Nevada Museum was Liberace.
Oh!
And what are the odds?
He sent us a couple of pictures. He said, unfortunately, there was no Rolls Royce, but if you go to x96.com/live, there are a couple of pictures he sent us. There's Liberace's piano covered with rhinestones.
And his suit covered in rhinestones.
Yeah. And, and there's over there in the corner this year a picture, I think. And then there's he sent another picture, too, of more Liberace costumes. That one in the middle is ostrich feathers.
The pink one?
Yeah. And it's
fabulous.
Look at the huge train behind it. And he would wear that out on stage. It's just astonishing stuff. And then Brian in his email says, is this the opposite, by the way, of things that must go? I mean, where if all three of you talk about something, it comes to pass. That
is a really weird confluence of events.
Coincidence, yeah, that he managed to find Liberace.
Well, and they don't have it out all the time. It's
No.
not like it's a special exhibit.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Yeah, it's if you ever get a chance to watch the Liberace, you go find it. Watch that Liberace show with Michael Douglas.
Under the candelabra.
Is that what it's called? Under the candelabra? Because it really is quite an accurate portrayal of Liberace's life, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an interesting kid. You know, Liberace. I think he's from the Bronx or something like that, or someplace in New York.
He's from Wisconsin, Bill.
Was it Wisconsin?
I just looked it up because I was wondering what Liberace's first name was.
Lee.
Waldzu.
What is
not exactly a name built for showbiz.
What's his whole name?
It's Waldziu.
Waldziu?
Valentino. That tracks.
Okay, it's 8:47 right now, and we are broadcasting live from Jed's Barbershop out here at daybreak. It's 4690 West Boardwalk Road behind the Harmons. We'll tell you more about that, getting food together for the food bank. We'll tell you more about that after this episode of the Utah Word of the Day, brought to you by...
It's time for holiday shopping. That means stopping by Cabin Fever. Since 1982, it's Cabin Fever, located in the heart of Trolley Square. Cabin Fever, so much more than a card store.
It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio From Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah Word of the Day. And today's word is...
Squatch. 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 And now let's hear LeVar and LeGrand take us on a little Utah journey with the word squatch. Where will these two married gentlemen lead us this time as we lightly trip down the linguistic lane of Utah vernacular? I don't know about you, but I can't wait to hear where they lead us before they land on this Utah word, which is, again, squatch.
I don't know, my friend. I think we finally done it.
Done what, buddy?
I think we finally come upon a word which even we cannot make sense of. A word which we cannot torture into the Utah way of speech.
Oh, come on, LeGrand. How bad can it be? It can't be as bad as, say, Daled or Ellians. Or what about the time we found a way to demonstrate the word kutcher in these Utah Word of the Day lessons? I mean, it can't be as bad as them.
Squatch!
What's that?
Squatch!
You need a drink of water or something? You got something in your throat. Sounds like you got a big old ball of phlegm in there.
You see? I told you, LeVar. The word is just too hard to use in our Utah dialogue.
Oh, you mean that's the Utah Word of the Day? Squatch is the word. Well, for hell's sake, what are we supposed to do with that? I mean, we're good at this Utah Word of the Day stuff. We've done it a long time, but squatch?
Yeah.
Gee.
I told you. I can't make nothing of it. Squatch. It sounds like a vegetable or some kind of thing you would do at the gym that would make you grunt. Hey, honey, the garden is full of these things. We need to have some squatch for dinner tonight.
No.
Or, let's see how many times you can squatch while you're holding a 10-pound weight.
No.
Yeah. There just ain't no way there's a Utah word there, am I right?
I think you are. You know what? I'm having none of it.
I'm with you. Let's not even try. That'll show them.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just some trained monkeys that they can just bring out to perform for their amusement, right?
That's right. Man, I feel liberated. This is the first time that we've ever said no to one of these things. What you want to do instead?
Well, I say we get a couple of bottles of pop and we settle down over to my place and take in some of the Olympic competition. I set my VCR to record table tennis and the weightlifting finals. Squatch that!
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah Word of the Day.
It's kind of nice hearing LeVar and LeGrand's voices again. I haven't heard them for a long time.
It's been a while.
So I picked a good one?
Yeah, you did.
Thank you, Katie.
Let's see. Oh, Travis the Pieman brought a pie out.
It's a Toll House pie.
I think we'd better try some. Travis the Pieman in the chat room.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention this when I stopped by. If people are coming out later to donate, of course, there is a Harmon's right next door where you could buy some non-perishable food.
Sure.
But if you're coming from the north, south, or east, there's a Costco on the way at 104 South, Banter. So you could buy 2 whole cases of beans, corn, or tomatoes, a couple of large boxes of mini muffins, he's got a whole list, 2 packs of peanut butter. I get the chunky style for about $20. Grab a giant Costco-sized reusable bag of food and drop it off today. That's a good idea. Thank you, Travis. I'm going to dig into your pie here in a second.
Well, and if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm not going to be able to make it there before Radio from Hell gets off the air, we're here all day. Artie Fufkin, he's busily working in the corner. Hi, Artie. And Todd will be here later, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you can't make it out to the Daybreak location, where X96 will be here all day, you can go to any Jed's Barbershop location and drop off your donations today for the food bank. Of course, you find those at jedsbarbershop.com.
I think the barbers are arriving. Didn't Tina, the manager here?
Yeah, Tina runs the joint, and she's the one who cut my hair last time. Did a great job. Gave me a shave as well.
Nice.
She's good with a razor, you know. Really good. This Jed's is really. You should just download the Jed's Barbershop app on your phone, and then you can make an appointment that way. And it's just
find all the
simple.
locations, directions, all of that.
Easy.
There's a bit in the new Jim Gaffigan comedy special about beards. He says, occasionally people will say, we'd like you for an acting job.
Yeah.
So, okay, terrific. He says, well, and we think we'd like it if you shaved your beard. And I always tell them, no, you really wouldn't. You really wouldn't.
There's a reason I wear this beard.
I haven't seen him in a long time. He's wearing the beard all the time?
Yeah, he always has the beard. He's been on the weight loss drugs.
He's on the Monjaro.
Oh, I heard him talking about that.
Yeah.
He does, the first 15 minutes of his show is about, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm on the drugs.
Yeah. I just listened to an interview with him yesterday on a podcast, and he was so funny. He's just, and is his special on Hulu? Is that
It's on
right?
Hulu, yeah. Or Disney Plus.
I'm going to have to watch it because he's just great. He's funny, spontaneously funny.
Yeah, and again, it's another good hour. I mean,
and then he writes very well, along with his wife.
Well, I just saw him at the Eccles. Remember, I took Mary Claire and Daddy Gary there for that show, and he did like 7 or 8 shows in Salt Lake.
Yeah, there's something about him. People like him. They feel some sort of warmth that comes from him.
Well, he's non-threatening.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And he's not a mean comic.
He's not at all. And you know, he's talked about he very seldom swears in his act.
I think he has maybe 3 swears in this one.
And he says, I don't have anything against it. Comics who work blue, as they say, that's fine. They can be very funny. It's just this is the way I do it.
Not his thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how quickly he could crank out these specials, and they're all consistently good. That's so rare.
I think his wife writes a lot of it with him, and I bet, and he probably has other writers as well, but his delivery is great, and just when you hear him do it off the cuff and be spontaneous, he's just generally a funny guy. I want to meet him. I want to work with him. I want to introduce him at a show or something.
You want to be one of his writers? Maybe you could do that.
Yeah, that is so hard.
It is.
I try every once in a while to sit and write jokes, and comedy little bits of things. I mean, when I try to write stupid Utah word of the day, it's just like, it's really difficult.
Well, that's why comedians will tell you that it takes them so long to develop material. But because of the way Jim has a team and he's always touring, he can constantly be working on the material, making it just right for the specials, and then boom.
Whatever you may or may not think of Jerry Seinfeld these days, I read this profile of him a long time ago in Esquire or something, and it described how he works with this big yellow legal pad, and he'll do the joke, and then he'll cross out 2 words. He'll cross out 2 words, and it's not working right. But always he does. He continues to do stand up because he likes it, but he also is always trying to refine it and make it better.
I thought about trying stand up until I saw the David Cross special "Make America Laugh," which is more of a behind the scenes instead of him on stage. And
what does Jay say about it?
Oh, Jay says the same thing. It's very difficult.
Jay Whitaker, our friend Jay Whitaker.
Jay still wants me to try it, but
what about the David Cross that turned you off to it?
Oh, just it's difficult. All the travel, and then the crowds are a-holes. If you're performing in a bar, it just looked like a nightmare life.
Well, and we do a new, fresh show every day.
Yeah.
I think it would be very difficult to do the same material over and over. Again.
Gina, I was in a play, Hansel and Gretel, and this is when I was with a theater company in Florida, and it was for school kids, little kids, and it was really a good play, about an hour, solid hour play. Really good version of Hansel and Gretel, a lot of action. We usually did it mostly outdoors, and they'd bring all the school kids out, and they'd sit around in a big circle, and we'd do this play. I did it 300 times.
And it was
300,
hard, right?
Yes, and the trick is, and even with something as simple as Hansel and Gretel, like that, a little kid play, the way you get through it is, let's see what I can find different this time. And sometimes we do it 3 times a day. It was really hard work.
Traffic.
Actually, I don't have any active accidents to tell you right now, but I'll just remind you about this multi-day storm system that's going to impact the state today through tomorrow morning. Periods of road snow, significant at times, can be expected in the mountains across most of the state. Most of the Wasatch Front will see rain showers tonight through Tuesday afternoon. And even into Wednesday morning, some slushy roads could be expected from Bountiful south through Utah County, and could continue all the way down into St. George area, so just be aware of that. Mark Miller Subaru is giving back through the Share the Love and Pause for the Planet. They support charities, protect animals, and improve our planet. Join Mark Miller in making a difference.
All right, we're going to take a break, play a song for you. After the song, it's time for the Boner Recap. Easy to play, easy to win the prize. All you have to do is call and tell us who won the Boner this morning. Easy. If you were listening, you know. If you weren't listening, you could guess, but why guess when you could cheat? Go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner of the Day, November 26, 2024. Click on there, it'll say winner next to the one that won. What is the prize?
It's another great prize, tickets to see Billy Joel and Sting Friday, May 23rd at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
All right. Sting and Billy Joel tickets, 877-602-9696. Call and play the Boner Recap game, but while you're waiting on hold, x96.com, look for the box that says Boner. 26th. All right. KXRK Provo. We'll be back after these. X96.
You had a email of interest, Bill.
Yes, I did. Hang on.
We're looking for your emails. Just about the show, period. You don't have to be an old intern or work with us or anything to send us an email. We're looking to hear from people who have stories about Radio from Hell over the years, because we're getting ready to celebrate our 8,000th episode on Thursday. I believe there's still tickets available. Go to x96.com. And we'll also be giving a pair away if you're 21 or older to our VIP area. That's coming up with Frank Chris Presents.
Now that's at the
Broadway
Theater over here. And it's we're going to record a podcast, Not Safe for Radio podcast, before we do that. And then we're going to show Ruben and Ed. That is not the 8,000th episode.
No.
People are getting it confused. That recording is not an episode of the Radio from Hell show. It's just a podcast.
It's bonus content.
Yeah. Our actual 8,000th episode is Thursday morning here on the radio. And the question is, what special do we have planned for it? Anything special happening?
Plenty.
And the answer is no.
No, plenty.
There is not a damn thing planned
for
the Thursday. First of all, I haven't seen our billboards. All right. We've not been contacted by any news organization in town about this historic event. We have no guests lined up for Thursday's show.
Are you? You sound mad.
No, I'm just pointing it out.
I do have an email here from a former intern. I was distracted, though. That's why I was caught off guard there, because I was looking into this story. Tree frog stows away from Dominican Republic to England in a banana bag.
Ooh.
And I was excited
Did
by
a deep dive on that one, did you?
Yeah, but I do have the email from an intern.
Email of interest
from an intern. Hi, Radio from Hell. This is Anna, the intern.
I know Anna.
I interned back in 2015 alongside Nick Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're sorry. We took different paths after our interning days. He was up all night on the radio while I was up all night with babies.
Yep.
Radio from Hell helped me pick out the names for my triplets while I was pregnant. I counseled, and I almost convinced her it should be Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
No.
But, boy, of course, that's a perfect name for
No,
triplets.
it's
But she named them Carrie, Bill, and Gina. She said, I celebrate my little family with when those babies finally arrived, while making sure to tell my husband to leave me alone for a while.
Oh, Anna.
While these things were just a little bit of airtime, they made me feel so special during a very stressful chapter of my life.
I cannot imagine having triplet babies to take care of. That's
One memorable story from my interning days was when I was scolded on the air by Bill after I told him that you could get a free donut from Dunkin' Donuts on National Donut Day. about 5 minutes before a lengthy Krispy Kreme commercial came on the radio. And I'm sure I said, you don't, be aware of what's going on. And it was a good learning experience, and I got an apologetic hug from Bill later, so it worked out in the end. I loved interning for you guys, and I wish it could have been longer. I didn't spend a lot of time there, but I love being a part of the radio show I had listened to since I was 12. It was definitely a dream for me. Congratulations on 8,000 episodes.
Aww.
Anna, I would say this. We couldn't have made it to 8,000 episodes without people like you.
It's absolutely
true. Both as listeners and as interns and people who helped us out along the way. Couldn't have made it without any of you. So on Thursday, beginning at 6 a.m., I'm going to expect a stream of phone calls. A stream of phone calls. More phone calls than we can possibly
news organizations
handle.
knocking on the door, wanting comments. And
I don't care if it's news organizations. I'm just a stream of phone calls from listeners who are saying thank you for being there for 8,000 episodes, because it hasn't been easy, you people. Okay? And it doesn't get any easier.
Shouldn't we thank them for being around for 8,000 episodes?
I did.
Why are they?
I just did a second ago. Now it's time for them to thank us. Okay? And then I'll give you all an apologetic hug if you like. I still think she should have named them Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
No.
Manny, Mo, and Jack.
No.
Manny, Mo, and Jack would have been good.
No. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Robert suggests Billy, Bob, and Thornton.
Triplets. I just can't even fathom
Anna was
triplets.
enormous, too. I remember seeing her.
I can't.
It just, and then I think with triplets, you pretty much, the last, month or more of your pregnancy,
can't do anything.
You just have to go to bed.
Yeah.
You just have to go to bed.
anything.
Man.
I can't imagine one, let alone three.
But I've seen pictures of them, and they're healthy, bouncing babies.
Yes.
I mean, they're toddlers now.
Now, Anna, she was organized intern.
No,
right?
no.
No,
Oh,
that
no,
was-
I'm getting her confused with someone else.
Yeah,
Right.
they were about around the same time. Organized intern, I hear from Sarah, I think.
Sarah, thank you.
She married a doctor.
That's right.
I
remember Anna now.
I think she was married to the doctor at the time she was working here.
We've had so many interns.
Now that's an interesting story that she told me about her husband, the doctor, that he didn't have any bills for his education at all.
Really?
Nothing, because he knew when he was like 10, he said, I'm going to be a doctor someday, and he started saving money.
Wow.
He started paper route and all of that, and he just paid for his
That's impressive.
his college and his medical school and all of that, and didn't have any loans, nothing like that. I saw a picture of him too. He looks kind of like a boy doctor, like a young. He's really young.
Like a Doogie Howser, is that
Almost,
what you mean?
yeah.
okay.
Almost, yeah. Anyway, that was Sarah, organized intern, who when she was here would organize my desk for me. And look at it now. Sarah,
it's been
you
a
need
while since she's been here.
That over there in the corner, there's a file organizer stack thing that's now just covered with garbage. That she was responsible.
Well, you have to keep it up.
for
It
that.
doesn't
Well,
just stay organized without effort.
That's why I need a Miss Brandt. Miss Brandt, organize those files for me.
I remember her going on and on about how excited she was that the Container Store.
Oh, yes.
The Container Store was open.
All different sorts of containers.
Container Store.
She was trying to get a job at the Container Store.
She did get a job
Did she
there,
get a job
yeah.
there? See, this is one of the many
This
interns.
is a stepping stone. The Radio from Hell show is a stepping stone to the container
store.
And pot farming.
Farming.
We have a pot farmer, former intern.
We had one intern go on to intern at Rolling Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think she came back.
And she came back.
And is probably married.
And then one intern is leader of a shock rock band in L.A.
The Butcher Babies.
The Butcher Babies.
Yeah, Heidi Shepard.
Who has no belly button.
No, she does not. When she said that, she said, "Really? Yeah, I'll show you. Here, look. Yep, no
Sure
navel, no navel."
But she also went on after being intern to a radio gig. She was on Playboy Radio.
Yep.
Maybe she still
Sirius
is.
XM.
No, I don't think she is.
And then went to the band.
She's all band now.
Yeah.
So we have had lots of interns, and if you're one and you're listening, we want to hear from you. Send us an email, radiofromhell@x96.com.
Maybe we've burned our bridges and they don't want.
Could be.
They don't want to.
Yeah, I think we have pretty good relationships with them. If you're an intern who felt scorned, who felt angry,
You mean Pushy Brad?
who felt upset about being an intern and didn't enjoy your experience, we'd like to hear from you too.
Maybe I should go through my closet and pull out all of my old Radio from Hell T-shirts that I still have.
And give them away?
And no, I'm not going to give them away.
Display them.
Be like a museum, hang them up on the wall.
Display them.
Sure, display them.
What else? What are you going to do with them, though?
I don't know.
That's why I thought maybe you'd give them away.
I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe I will.
Maybe somebody could win the whole collection.
I do have one. It's a Lunging Weasels T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with that shirt is that we cheaped out on the shirt itself.
Of course.
And so its bottom of the shirt is very high. It's not a crop top.
Mm-hmm.
It shrunk when you washed.
Yeah, when the shoulders remained, but it was short, so it doesn't go all the way down over your belt.
Wait a minute.
And if you had no belly button, you could see it.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that we cheaped out on something?
I know, right?
I can't believe
Hard
that.
to believe.
I don't remember doing that ever.
Yeah.
Opie in Riverdale doesn't. Opie
Riverdale.
in Riverdale wishes there were a Jed's barbershop in Riverdale. Opie has to drive all the way here from.
You don't run into a lot of Opies.
Oh, in Riverdale you do. There are a bunch of them.
No, they're sick with them.
Is that just initials? O and P?
No, it's OPIE. Opie.
Oh.
All right. Riverdale.
How's the pie?
Delicious. Travis, why you're not doing this professionally, I don't know why.
So Travis the Pieman brought us it's a Toll House pie, is that right?
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah. It's like eating a Toll House cookie, except it's a pie.
No, it's not like a Toll House cookie, but it's got all those flavors there. It's like a pie, but you got all the flavors of a Toll House cookie.
Is it creamy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of like a creamy sort of.
But it's not runny creamy. It's,
right, yeah.
It's just the right creaminess.
It's again, you need
sort of less than chewy.
You need to try it. It's absolutely perfect. And again, Travis, why you're not doing this professionally, I don't know, because it's just incredible.
And he even brought whipped cream.
Yeah, how nice.
Not a can of Ready Whip.
No,
real whipped cream.
That's whipped cream.
Real whipped cream.
Whipped. It's whipped cream.
I bought at Trader Joe's the other day. They have whipping cream, shelf stable, which is weird. Like you can just put it in your pantry.
You know how they do that? Do you know
no.
how do you want to know?
Sure.
They irradiate it. Mm-hmm. They just bomb it with radiation.
Does that make me not want to use
I don't
it?
want it.
I don't think I want it.
Unless it's a zombie apocalypse.
Well, maybe tuck some away and you'll be glad you have
Yeah,
it.
because God knows when there's an apocalypse, you'll want whipping cream at some
That's
sort.
a perfect time for whipping cream.
Take your mind off stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they do the shelf-stable stuff. They radiate it, which it has its place for sure, for storage and things like that. But it's not what I want every day. Why did you buy it?
Because I thought, when the S
Oh, you
goes
did
down,
not.
I did.
You did not.
I totally did.
She saw the bird flu results.
And someday you're going to be, we'll be in the apocalypse and you'll be craving whipped cream and you're going to come knocking at my door.
Good night.
I know you have some.
I've got a piece of pie here and I don't have any whipped cream. It's zombie pie.
Zombie pie.
Anna, however, has no shelf-stable dairy products at her house.
Hi,
She's here
Anna.
to play the Boner recap.
Anna.
Hi.
Hi, how
How's
are
it
you,
going?
Anna? Good.
I'm good. Former intern Anna.
You know, there's a little-known Beatles song called Anna. And
Yes. Anna.
Yeah,
I know that song, yeah.
It's a lovely song, isn't it? It's certainly not
It
one
is.
that gets played much, but it's just a very pretty song about somebody named Anna. All right, Anna, if you successfully tell me who the Boner winner was today, you will win a prize, which is what?
You will win tickets to see Billy Joel and Sting Friday, May 23rd at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
Now, this is difficult, Anna, because all three of these candidates were very close in votes. So I hope if you didn't hear it, you cheated and went and looked on the website.
I was listening.
Oh, okay, good. Boner candidate number one. They're all con men and grifters. This is Boris Epstein character, who is apparently...
He's worked with Trump in the past.
Yes, it says here a top advisor to Donald Trump. He's now in the center of some it's in controversy and probably will not continue to be an advisor to Donald Trump because apparently, and he didn't tell Trump he was doing this, he went around to people who were probably going to be in consideration for cabinet posts and said, "Listen, you know, I got Trump's ear, I got the Don's ear. If you give me a monthly stipend, I'll continually talk you up, and maybe you'll get the post."
The only reason this stopped, he got caught. Yeah. That's the only reason it stopped.
It apparently, he didn't have any success either, though, which is interesting.
No takers?
Apparently he had no takers, which kind of surprises me.
Let's see if he gets punished or not.
I think he'll just be shown the door.
I doubt it. You know, like the rest of the Trump cabinet, they just kind of...
Then there was Boner candidate number two. You know, we should deface some of their property as part of the punishment. This couple, and there are pictures of them doing it. There are pictures of them getting out of their car at this site, this archaeological site where there are some ancient petroglyphs, and they vandalize them. What in God's name are they? I just don't understand the thinking there.
There isn't any.
Yeah, again, sounds like something I would say in response to you.
There's just nothing.
It was at the confluence of Wire Pass and Buckskin Gulch in Kane County. And then there was Boner candidate number three. Somebody thought this would be a genius move. Brine your turkey in the Great Salt Lake.
That's salty.
No. And the picture of it is just hideous. So those were the three Boner candidates, Anna. Who was the winner?
So I voted for number 3, but number 2 was the winner.
Okay, you're right. Number 3 was almost, it came in a very close second, I think, within 2 votes. So there you go. Congratulations, you have won. What did Anna win?
Billy Joel and Sting coming to Rice-Eccles Stadium on Friday, May 23rd.
That's going to be fun.
I
Hang
am
on the line.
thrilled. Thank you.
Good. Hang on, Anna. And, Katie. No, not Katie. Somebody will tell you. Macy will tell you what.
Macy is there.
No. All right.
Okay. Well, let's take a break. And we'll have some big boy news after this. How about that?
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see. We got to do a commercial.
Yes,
here,
we
don't
do. Yes, we do. BigOTires.com.
Big O Tires, the team you trust. By goodness. I go to the one on 2nd East and South Temple. Never an unpleasant experience. They get the work done quickly, whether I'm getting new tires or getting a flat repaired or an oil change or whatever it is.
You might want new tires before you head out of town for Thanksgiving, and they've got this buy 3, get 1 free sale on Big O brand tires, select sets of Nitto, Nexen, National, Cooper, and Sumitomo.
You can save up to $100 instant savings on Michelin, or get $60 savings on Michelin and BF Goodrich MIR tires. And they are really your one-stop shop for auto repairs. They do brakes and battery charging if you need that, alignments, wheel shock struts, oil changes, all of that stuff. And they know that Big O Tires knows that this can be expensive, unexpectedly expensive. So they have financing need for any budget, really. So stop by Big O Tires or go to their website, bigotires.com.
X96.
You know, they know I'm always looking out for different and new cereal.
Yeah.
And, Cheerios has got a bunch of different flavors.
Oh, yeah?
And they now have fruity Cheerios.
So like Fruit Loops?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what they are, Fruit Loops, right?
They're made from oats, which is different than Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are made from something else. So they're probably a little denser, but they sure look like Fruit Loops to me.
They're Fruit Loops. I mean, yeah.
You know, although one of the people said he tried them and that they were pretty good.
Bring it on. Let me eat it.
He says, new cereal alert, Fruity Cheerios taste like Fruity Pebbles with the texture of Cheerios.
Mm-hmm.
That's different from Fruit Loops.
I do love Fruity Pebbles. It's been a while since I've eaten them.
Fruit Loops are a little lighter, aren't they?
Yeah, they got more air in them.
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah.
It's all about the process.
It's been years since I've had them.
My two cereals growing up were Fruity Pebbles and Cheerios. So maybe this is right up my alley, despite
We've
some
been
hesitation.
having cereal around the house lately, which is very uncommon for this household. But I guess one of my kids has really started to like cereal. So we've had Cheerios, just plain regular Cheerios, which are fine, you know. I like them. You put milk and honey on them, maybe a handful of raisins if you like raisins.
Sure.
And then we've had Wheat Chex, which I like.
Those are
also.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. These are basic cereals we have. And then my wife's been making granola, really good granola. Different sort of flavor every time. It's not quite the same recipe every time.
Sounds
great.
good. Sounds good.
Yeah, I haven't eaten cereal in a while. I've been trying to avoid milk outside of my coffee. It gives me the tummy troubles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, are you lactose intolerant, Nicholas?
A little bit, for sure. My Victorian boy body can't handle most things. So,
Inferior genes.
yes.
My Victorian boy body.
Of course,
What does that mean?
my childhood cereals. I have too many to mention.
Yeah?
So
Mention some.
Freakies. You ever hear of Freakies?
Never heard of Freakies.
Oh, lovely. How about here's two I know you've not heard of, and they're partner cereals: Baron von Redberry and Sir Grapefellow.
Baron von. Well, they would bring back those characters for the Halloween cereals, wouldn't they?
No,
No,
you're
those
thinking
are
of the
not-
monster cereals.
Oh,
These are guys who were World War I pilots.
I just Googled it. I found it. That is great imagery.
And they became cereals.
And they were cereals.
Warring cereal characters.
Yes. Grape cereal.
Did it really taste grapey?
Yeah. Are you surprised it didn't work?
Yeah.
I don't, grape cereal just doesn't.
Remember grape flavored Tang? Remember that?
Well, no, wait a minute. Let's go back. Grape cereal should work. Why not put, because we'll put fresh blackberries on cereal, or fresh blueberries.
Well, you
Why
see,
not
that's
grapes?
because that's the accent and not the base.
Well, and is it a synthetic grape flavor?
Oh, very much.
Yeah, so that's not
Very
going to
much.
mix. It's not an actual grape. What was the red berry like? Is that
Baron von Redberry? It's just like
Raspberry?
it's like Frankenberry. It was a strawberry flavored.
Oh, okay.
Now the Freakies that the chat room found is the Freakies with marshmallows. No. Do not taint my Freaky cereal with marshmallows.
Yeah, don't taint it.
Don't.
Do you not like
you
marshmallows
don't
in general?
Well, I like them okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because Frankenberry is one of my favorites. But Freakies didn't need marshmallows. They put them in there. No. Just have it.
That's when it went downhill, man.
That's when it stopped being interesting. And of course, Quisp is the best. Anyway,
Freaky sold out, bro.
You really didn't. You stayed away from the mainstream cereals.
I did. I was more interested in these fringe cereals.
That's cool.
Like Quisp and Quake.
Yeah.
Orange Cream Pop Crunch. Oh my God,
Delicious. Then there was one called Grins and Smiles and Giggles and Laughs.
That's
No.
Yeah.
How do you put that on a box?
You just put it on the box.
Small print.
Are you surprised it didn't work? And it is time for some big boy news brought to you by.
Brought to you by Poplar Street Pub, the place for hockey. Every NHL game will be televised, featuring daily drink and food specials like their animal-style sliders. Poplar Street Pub, within close proximity to the Delta Center. Information at poplarstreetpub.com. Speaking of hockey, we had our friend Eli just came in, who works at the Delta Center. He had his Utah Hockey Club sweatshirt on. Just brought some food for the food bank.
He says it's about 9 hours to transition from basketball to hockey and hockey to basketball.
And they play back-to-back days very frequently.
Yeah, interesting. Anyway,
news. The discovery of an accounting error has forced Macy's, the big department store chain, to delay its full-year guidance, adding to uncertainty about winners and losers in the upcoming, holiday season. Macy's said on Monday that an employee had intentionally misstated and hidden up to $154 million in delivery expenses over the past few years, forcing the retailer to delay a much-anticipated earnings report that the Wall Street Journal uses to gauge the strength of holiday shopping. The employee did not take money from the company.
That was going to be my question. They weren't stealing money.
A person familiar with the matter said, but the company delayed releasing its full quarterly financial results until it completes an investigation. Department store chain rushed to release abridged results, which were a mixed bag with signs of weakness and pockets of strength. Macy's shares fell more than 8%. But I don't know.
What would be the reasoning for
it? It doesn't quite say. They're still investigating. What? Was it an error that this person was making? They say the employee who was responsible for small package delivery expense accounting is no longer with the company. The investigation hasn't identified involvement with any other employee. I don't know. But it's just odd because they're not saying what the hell it was, Let's see. Is this the end of Lunchables?
Could be.
Well, I know they're pulled off of the school lunch program.
Once a staple in schools across the U.S., Lunchables brand is now hitting some rough times, according to data from the consumer-led trend company Circana. Sales of the snack kits dropped 12% last quarter. This data comes not long after the parent company Kraft Heinz announced that it was pulling Lunchables from the National School Lunch Program. Critics of the brand said Lunchables aren't healthy enough and that the products have faced big competition from other brands in recent years. Consumer Reports petitioned the U.S. Department of Agriculture earlier this year to remove Lunchables from the school lunch program after testing the products for lead and sodium. Kraft Heinz maintained that the snack kits tested well below the accepted limits. Nevertheless,
maybe that's all it is, though. There was a time all you had was a Lunchable. And now there's lots of better choices available, and it's simply just that.
Gina, there were always better choices available.
What
do you mean? Once upon a time, all we had was Lunchables.
No, I mean, if you wanted something that was like all ready to go, put together, cut up, set, throw in a lunchbox, there wasn't anything yet. Obviously, there were healthier choices you could have done.
Yeah, like you could have done those things yourself.
Yeah, but Bill, have you ever been a single mom? You've never been a single mom.
Oh, God, here we go again with have you ever been a single mom? Pouches of 3.5-ounce fresh gourmet tortilla strips, Santa Fe style, have been recalled because they may not actually be tortilla chips or strips. Sugar Foods initiated the voluntary recall after receiving a report from a consumer on November 19th who said, you know, what's in here? It's crispy onions, not tortilla chips.
Yum! I love crispy onions.
In addition to being the wrong product, the crispy onions contain wheat, which is not listed on the label for the tortilla chips.
Which could be a problem.
People who have a wheat allergy or severe sensitivity to wheat run the risk of serious or life-threatening allergic reactions if they consume the product. A notice on the Food and Drug Administration website says, and these tortilla strips were sold in Utah, among other states. So if you have these fresh gourmet tortilla strips, Santa Fe style, in a pouch, you may want to be aware that they might be crispy onions. If it's official, Elon Musk is a 3,000-year-old time-traveling an identity-assuming vampire alien.
I knew it.
Well, it is if you believe everything that he says on his platform, that thing that used to be Twitter. The SpaceX honcho sparked amusement from his fans when he claimed to be a time-traveling vampire alien. In one post, the richest man on Earth, that's Mr. Musk, claimed he was tired of assuming other people's identities over the centuries. The Tesla owner has made a habit of amusing himself and others in the process with some wild statements on social media, but his recent outing saw him commenting on a number of historical posts about individuals to which he has a passing resemblance.
Oh, God.
So here's a picture of a guy named Raymond Collishaw. He was in some branch of the military in 1914, and he looks a little bit like Elon Musk in this picture. Musk's post was a meme that claimed his neighbor was knocking on his door at 2:30 this morning, adding, "Luckily, I was still up playing my bagpipes."
You know, for somebody that's the richest man in the world and supposedly running companies, he doesn't spend a lot of time actually running the company.
I heard an interview with a guy who wrote his biography, who knows him. And he says, as I'm observing Elon now, what we've got here is a guy who is on drugs that don't let him sleep. He is constantly online. He is addicted to media, especially Twitter. And this is the kind of thing that, you know, he will go down this hole for quite a while, and then something else will distract him.
But he's not running companies.
No.
He has people who run them.
Exactly. He has no attention span at all.
I mean, the people who are in charge of SpaceX do, for the most part, a phenomenal job of keeping that company going and running and being successful.
But the reason that he is on social media and making little jokes like this is he is desperate to be liked.
And can I add to this? Nick Davis, back in the studio.
Oh, hi, Nick Davis.
There was a story that recently came out that said Elon Musk is like the top Diablo 4 player in the world at the moment, which means one of two things. He is paying people to play it for him under his name, which is a lie, which is the dumbest thing in the world because it's a game where you just rank up a score. You're not playing against other people. And secondly, if he is doing that and he's about to run a government efficiency position, that means he's spending all day, every day playing a video game instead of doing potentially that job or as many others.
But, Nick, he's doing it very efficiently.
I guess. You're right.
He's doing it very efficiently.
No, you're right. That squashes my argument.
Weather?
Okay, well, it hasn't started raining out here at daybreak yet, but people are seeing it around and about.
I understand it never rains at daybreak.
No? We've got a 100% chance of precipitation today. Before 8 p.m. rain, then likely will be rain mixed with snow overnight tonight and into the first part of tomorrow. Mostly rain down here in the valleys, though. Mountains are going to get quite a bit of snow, though, they're anticipating today. Into tomorrow, let me see if anybody sent anything in I need to know about. No, we actually have pretty good accidents-free morning. I think most people are waiting till later today to hit the road for Thanksgiving. Save $1 on tires at Big O Tires. When you buy 3, get 1 free on select sets of tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
X96.
And then I was reading a story today, it's here somewhere, that men are often likely to be the ones to fall in love at first sight, as opposed to women, which I think is interesting.
Did they say why that happened?
Maybe, but I didn't read the whole story. I just read the headline. I haven't read it yet. Let's see if I can find it.
Well, I'm certain.
There it is.
I'm certain it happens all the time.
If you mean, you believe in a love at first sight?
Yeah.
Some people believe that you have to thoroughly get to know someone before you can fall in love. Others would beg to differ, swearing that love at first sight isn't limited to fairy tales. And apparently 59% of men believe that love at first sight is a thing.
Well, can
49% of women.
Lust at first
That's what I was
sight?
going to say.
Well,
like, I'm very attracted to that person. I don't know how you could be in love with somebody you've not gotten to know.
It happened to me once.
You were in love.
I swear to God.
Like I would throw myself in front of a train for this person.
It was so pronounced that I think after the first time I saw this person, it might have been that at the very first time I saw them, I said this to them, but it was short a day or so afterward. I don't know how to explain this, but I believe that I have fallen in love with you and I don't know you.
And what did they say to that?
It's a great opening line, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I knew who she was, but I didn't. I had very little contact with her.
How did she react to that?
Positively, very well. As a matter of
Really?
fact, she said, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, I don't." And I mean, I don't know what to do about that, but. And she said, "Well, let's find out."
Well,
or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of thought that it would be.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the only time it's. I've fallen in lust.
I was going to say a
I
lot
can
of
see seeing somebody and going,
Yeah.
I am very, very attracted to that person I just saw.
and a lot of people mistake that for love.
Yeah, first time I saw my wife, the woman I'm married to, Carrie was with me.
Yeah,
and I just went, oh my God, that's but that to me
that was lust.
Yeah, that was lust.
Mm-hmm.
But this was different. The time that it happened, it was different. It
And
was
did you find that person to have some quality that?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like now I know why I felt that way when I saw this person the first time.
Yeah, and we had a relationship for a while, but it was not to be. And I won't go into the details of that because they're too painfully embarrassing. All in all, somebody said I told that story recently. I think I have mentioned it before, but it just made me think of it reading that that story today. It was never happened to you. Never fallen in love. No. Been attracted. Very, very hard attraction.
Yeah, but not love.
Texter. Hey, Bill, there's a song by Alan Jackson called I'm Married to You, but I Don't Even Know Your Name.
I like that. You walk up and you say, you know, I'm married to you and I don't even know you.
Oh, that's all. That's good opening line.
You know, here's the thing about country music is that a lot of it is novelty songs, okay? A lot of them are novelty songs.
Somebody in the chat room says that I understand what Bill's talking about. It happened to me, but I didn't have the guts to say anything about it. Yeah. And I couldn't see. That's another thing that I really thought it was something because I had to say it.
You were compelled.
Yeah.
Huh.
Nurse Elena in just a moment, but first, Empathetics.
Empathetics Wellness. If you're currently going without any health insurance, or you're simply just fed up, like many of us, with the complexity and costs of your existing health insurance, Empathetics Wellness offers an alternative private health care membership with unlimited access to Empathetics providers. There are other great benefits, too. Convenient prescription refills and pharmacy savings, acute care and management of chronic conditions like pain, depression, anxiety, and ADHD with natural and plant medicine alternatives. steep discounts on weight loss injections. You get perhaps you need testosterone injections for vitality and ketamine therapy for improved mood and mental clarity. And a Utah Med card is included with your membership. All you need to do is contact them. Private healthcare memberships are just $95 per month. Non-members pay $65. Go to empatheticswellness.com. That's empatheticswellness.com.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, let's see. We got Elena on the phone.
Elena Wood with Nightingale College. Elena, we don't have in front of us the talking points that you sent, so you're going to have to guide us.
Just tell us what you want us to know today.
Gently and carefully guide us.
Gently and carefully. I think I can do that. I feel like. So today we're going to talk about how to have healthy and happy holiday season.
Oh, thank God.
You know, this is a really fun time of year, and it can also be a pretty stressful time of year.
Yes.
And my first recommendation is to set realistic expectations. Just remember, things don't have to be absolutely picture perfect in order to be memorable and to be fun. Prioritize what's most important to you, and then try and go with the flow from there.
I think that's very good advice. Are you going to talk about not talking about politics at family gatherings?
I do have one about navigating complicated relationships.
There we go.
So I think that counts.
Yeah.
Could shoehorn that in there, yeah.
Because, I mean, it really does. If you just set up the rule.
Oh, yeah.
Like in my family, we haven't had to set that rule. We just sort of naturally do it. We don't talk about politics when we get together. But it can be rough.
It would be a good idea, I think, to set that rule, because there have been a couple of Thanksgivings that I was invited to that
went bad.
Somebody started poking, and instead of me being smart enough to go, hey, let's not talk about that, shall we?
So how
you
do you
just dove head in, didn't you?
I dove in. Yes.
How do you set that rule? What's the best way to set it?
So setting boundaries is a really important and delicate step for sure. It can be things like, thank you, I don't want to talk about that right now. You can say things like, oh, if we're going to talk about that, I would like to excuse myself, maybe leaving the room or even leaving the event if necessary. Just remembering that no, absolutely is a complete sentence. You can say, no, thank you, and you don't have to justify or explain yourself. And that goes for a lot of things, you know. If someone's questioning the food that you're eating, the clothes that you're wearing, whatever it might be, you have that power to set boundaries around.
Yeah.
Who
I'm
you
going
want
out
to
for a
be.
smoke. I'm going down to the basement where the hookah is.
Oh, dear. My next recommendation is to try to infuse some joy into this holiday season. So doing things like gratitude practice, service for others, as well as creative and fun projects can help you to be a little bit more joyful, a little bit more light during the holiday season.
You know, if you take your hand and you put it on a piece of paper and then trace it, and then you can turn it into a turkey.
Do a craft.
It'll look like a turkey.
A craft will make you feel better about
it. Looks like a turkey. You can put little legs
there is
on it.
science that shows, arts and crafts can really help lift your spirit. My next tip is to create and stick to a budget. And this is another area where we might need to set some boundaries, both with ourselves and others, just recognizing we're going to have a limit on how much gifts cost, or perhaps doing drawings for names instead of gifting to everybody, splitting the cost of meals, things like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And don't say things like, do you have any idea how much this turkey costs me?
I definitely don't recommend that either, for sure. My next tip is to stick to your regular healthy habits. So the things that we all talk about all the time: drinking our water, getting plenty of movement, getting enough sleep. Make sure that during the holidays you're finding time to do those things that you typically do anyway. So get that bottle of water, carry it around with you during the holidays. Make sure you eat vegetables along with your turkey and gravy and pie and all of that.
Yeah. Although you're running the risk here of making my holiday boring.
Bill, boring is nice sometimes. Haven't we had enough excitement?
Remember, we're doing the craft to make it more fun.
Yeah, that's right. Elena, I think we've run out of time here. It's always really nice to talk to you. And
I feel the same.
I hope you have a great holiday, a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk to you before Christmas, I'm sure.
We will, yep.
All right. People want to find out more. What do they do?
They can learn more about this as well as Nightingale's great programs by visiting nightingale.edu.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. We are broadcasting live from Jed's Barbershop, 4690 West Boardwalk Road in Daybreak, right behind the Harmons. And we're going to be here until 10 o'clock, so just a little bit longer. Artie Fufkin is here live.
We're here for the next 15 minutes.
Yes.
I have IDK Howe concert tickets. The next person that comes in to bring a donation for the Utah Food Bank, I will give you these tickets to IDK Howe.
Yes. Non-perishable food items, please. There's, like I said, there's Harmon's right there. There's a Costco over that way. There's plenty of stores around here.
And you got 15 minutes.
Well, I mean, for us.
Yeah.
If you can't make it out here to see us at Daybreak, Jed's Barbershop is taking donations at all of their locations. So you just go to jedsbarbershop.com and find a location near you. But yeah, it's been interesting out here.
We've got a lot of stuff.
We did get quite a few. We filled that barrel a few times now.
Yeah. People have been very generous. And I'm looking over there. Somebody obviously went to Costco. They got these big boxes of cereal and juice and all of that kind of stuff.
Our friends of the program always come through.
We do appreciate it. And I know you'll continue to bring stuff for Artie during his show and Todd. And the food bank is going to be much the richer for your donations.
All right, so we'll be here until 10. We'll take a break, play a song for you, and then crawl towards the exits coming up after the standby. Haster Games, their address, 6831 South State Street. They've been there for a very long time. They're the ones who taught me all about Dungeons and Dragons, actually, before the cool kids showed up and decided they liked it, too. No, welcome. Everybody come on in and play. But Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, dice, figures, paints, all of that, latest board games, they have it at Haster Games. This week they have Magic the Gathering Foundations now in stock with a Foundations Beginner Box. Also Star Wars Unlimited Trading Card Game, Twilight of the Republic is now available, featuring Jedi and Clone Forces versus Separatist Droid Army and the Sith. The Black Friday sale is coming up November 29th through December 1st. They're going to have a ton of spectacular Black Friday weekend sales going on. You're going to save an awful lot of money out there with their Black Friday sales. So go to HasterGames.com, but their address, 6831 South State Street, Haster has it, X96.
8,000 episodes as of today of the Radio from Hell show. And we have a guest in the studio.
Hang on. We paid for this. So.
Yeah. Counting down to the 8,000th episode of the Radio from Hell show. Today is episode...
that's the one, 8,000.
8,000, yeah.
On X96.
Monty is here in the studio. Monty, the mailman. He brought in just a memorabilia. It's an X96 challenge coin.
Remember a couple of those, yeah.
And an old freeloader card.
Oh, geez.
Which
that's the black edition. That's OG.
Yeah, and it has a barcode on the back of it, which I don't believe we ever used for anything.
I think it was just there to look official.
But you could. That was a card you used to be able to take into local businesses and get discounts.
It says here, hang on to this card. It's good for all kinds of free stuff. Did you ever get any free stuff using this card, Monty? No, I didn't think so.
Okay. No. You know what they're good for, though? Window scraping in the winter.
That's right.
Scraping the ice off your window.
Yesterday we mentioned that we were nominated and won I guess we were awarded a Pete Suazo Social Justice Award.
Yes.
And our good friend Dr. Paul White sent me a copy of the letter he wrote to help our nomination for that.
Yes.
And let me read just a little bit of it. I've edited it because it's quite lengthy.
And that the plaque, the award itself, is missing in action.
Yeah.
It is lost in the wild somewhere.
Yeah.
We'd love to get it back.
Paul wrote, Dr. White wrote, "It's my honor and privilege to write a very enthusiastic letter of support concerning the nomination of Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi for one of the 10th annual Pete Suazo Social Justice Awards. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Psychology at the University of Utah, Ethnic Studies." He goes on to talk about his curriculum vitae. "In some ways, it may seem odd to nominate a morning show that is designed for entertainment for an award based on honoring a great person and advocate of social justice. However, when asked to write this letter, I was a bit ashamed that I hadn't thought of nominating Radio from Hell before. It's my hope that you'll see why Radio from Hell is more than just a vehicle for laughs and selling products. When I first arrived in Utah, I wanted to find a radio show that had helped me learn about my new home and played some music I liked and was entertaining, and I came across Radio from Hell and was hooked. The skits about Utah culture are funny." Well, he's talking about the Utah word of the day, you know. And also informative about how people think in Utah and interact with each other. He goes on to talk about the boner of the day, where they take 3 stories from the news, and he says 2 or 3 times a week a candidate is submitted that is related to social justice, especially here in Utah. A lot of the times the candidates are just silly, but sometimes they concern social justice. And then he talks about the news segments, and it goes on. Really nice letter he wrote, and we did, in fact, get a Pete Suazo Social Justice Award. I really would like to find that plaque.
Yes.
And then we heard from interns. A lot of interns have sent in emails.
I'm just surprised they still listen.
Here, let me just get you a couple here.
Do they all start with, "You guys still doing that?"
I interned from August to December 2007. Period notable for Gina's most recent pregnancy.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the Guthrie era, but I really don't remember. I don't remember Gina being around at all. That time also included a big-ass show that was rained out and moved last minute to the Salt Palace.
Yep.
Remember that? And the first Nightmare Before Xmas show. After the internship ended, I was offered a job and worked one day, maybe during an all-day show, but was never contacted after that or given any schedule. And then a few years later, I got a check for $20 that I still have somewhere.
Wow.
That's weird. It's fun finding out which one of my coworkers listened to X96. Congratulations on the 8,000 episodes. Here's another one. Let's see. Oh, I want to do this one. Happy 8,000 episode, ahoy hoy, from Britain, Big Intern Cannon. Remember Brit?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it Brett? No, it's
Brit.
Brit. Or is it Brett? Brit.
Brit.
Yeah. I interned in the fall of 2005, and I believe I was in one of the first crop of interns for the Radio from Hell show. We were Girl Intern.
Oh, yeah, those
Jessica.
were. Yeah.
Drinky McIntern, and Big Intern. I, of course, was Big Intern because, well, I have an ample frame. My main memories of my time there consist of Gina being great with child.
This happened periodically throughout the years.
And this is what this is the only thing people really remember about you. Yeah.
That's Drinky.
It says, along with her patented practice of remaining seated. Yeah, that's Drinky. And Carrie, Bill, and I going down to Kaboom Days.
Oh, yes.
Where we shot at exploding targets, and I felt like a man. And then, as he goes on to say, the biggest takeaway from my short time with Radio from Hell is I still consider you 3 my friends, even though we don't see each other much anymore. But I feel fortunate to have a personal connection to all of you. Someday, some way, Bill and I ended up on the same trip to trek down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Yeah, we did. We hiked down there.
Havasupai.
Yeah, Havasupai. And he goes on to talk about just a ton of stuff that he remembers from the show.
It was one of the first and last Kaboom Days. Because
it was the last Kaboom Day.
Because they wound up setting the side of the mountain on fire.
Not you. You guys didn't.
No, we didn't.
It was put on by the volunteer fire department, and it was a fundraiser for them. And they were shooting at the targets.
And the targets were rigged to explode if you hit them.
And
Does anyone have a memory where I'm not pregnant? I would like to hear a...
Yes, let me see. How about this one? In 2009, your testicle festival caught my attention.
Yes.
With 3 sons, I listened closely. A year later, my 44-year-old husband was diagnosed with testicular cancer. I called in to thank you for having had the testicle festival, as it raised my awareness of the condition and made it easier to talk about. To To my surprise, I was put right on the air. It was a funny conversation and my first contact with Radio from Hell, but I had been listening for a while. In 2011, I met Gina on location at a local tire shop. She was pregnant. No, it doesn't say that. I mentioned that I loved Radio from Hell and considered applying for the internship, but I was older and hesitant. This is from ShamWow.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I still see from time to time. She was a woman with kids, and she wanted to intern on the show. We said, sure, fine.
One testicle.
Says, I worked with Ryan Ireland, who was an editing wizard. I loved helping the three of you and learning about radio production. Perhaps what I most appreciate was the opportunity to meet your guests, especially Sister Dottie, who was so much like my exuberant, funny Spanish Fork grandmother, whom Charles Lynn Frost actually knew. I still tear up when I think about Charles. Thank you for all the opportunities you've given me. Congratulations on 8,000 episodes. It really is something. Thank you for your professionalism and for showing up for 30 years. Insight, humor, generosity, all-around goodness. Haley, a.k.a. ShamWow.
Thanks, ShamWow.
That's really, really nice. Let's see. Oh, I heard from, where is it? This is Clayton.
He's in England, isn't he?
Yeah. Congratulations on let's get this thing over with for the 8,000th time.
Yep.
I remember it like yesterday, celebrating the 5,000th episode. On the sentimental note, it's been an honor to be a part of the group that are known as Friends of the Program. It was a pleasure to serve you as former intern Clayton. The community I have come to know through the three of you and the Radio from Hell program that makes you feel like hell in the morning has been the most wonderful aspect, some of the greatest of whom are no longer with us. Jeff Weiss, Punk, Carlin. He knew that he remembers those three fondly. Even across the pond, I think regularly about the informative and challenging conversations you've had about your lives and life in general. I laugh constantly about the laughs you've had on the air. I listen often to audio clips, best ofs that I've saved, some of which vainly are about myself as a participant. Love to you all. Cheers to 8,000. James Rich's Son of the Soil. So there you go. There are more, but we have run out of time. We have. And besides, my arm hurts from patting myself on the back.
Third eye blind, third eye blind, yeah, third eye blind, third eye blind, yeah.
This was a mistake.
Oh, it's Artie Fudd.
Hey, you guys, what are you doing?
Artie, thank you so much for bringing me some Vienna sausages.
Oh, my gosh, it's so great seeing you
and
guys.
some beanie weenie.
I hope that you eat it for lunch. Are you gonna
I
eat it
will.
for lunch? Okay, you
I'm
better.
gonna have the Vienna sausages for
Shouldn't
sure.
we be donating this to the food bank?
I'll give the beanie weenie to the food bank. I want the Vienna sausage.
You know what I saw at Walmart, and I was gonna get the potted meat product for you.
Oh, a potted meat product.
Didn't you give that away like back in the day, like a long time ago, like potted meat?
We gave away
Some kind of mystery meat.
Underwood deviled ham.
Yes,
because it had the devil on the side.
That stuff is so good.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like mystery meat. Who knows what the heck is in there?
No, Artie, it's right there. It's ham.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's ham.
No, it's mystery ham.
It's ham
But
with some spices, and that's
we're talking ham guts. We're talking about intestines.
No,
it's bits.
It's
now
bits.
the Vienna
Leftovers.
sausage. The Vienna. This is snouts and buttholes. That's what this is.
Well, the first ingredient is sausage.
No, okay. Do you have to cook those, or can you just eat
No.
them the rest of
Eat
the
'em.
You
Really?
can cook them,
Please
but
don't open it
you just
right
eat
now.
them out of the can.
Wait till I am not sitting next to you.
Made with chicken and beef and pork.
Oh, oh my gosh! If you had some ranch dressing to dip those things in,
Well, I don't
that's
know.
good eating.
Let me tell you, I don't think
Oh,
the ranch would stick
think
to
about
them.
it.
The
Really?
ranch will not stick
No, it
to
just
them.
slides right off.
Well, that's why you need a ranch chaser.
A shot.
A
Yeah,
shot.
shot of ranch.
Oh yeah.
A ranch. They call it a ranch pack.
Yeah.
I have some Vienna sausages with a ranch pack.
Mechanically separated chicken, water, salt, corn
Oh
syrup.
my gosh.
Oh my.
You know what the mechanical separator is? It's the deboner.
Yeah. And then the rest is chemical.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, ConAgra. All right.
Food product. Yeah, actually, on second thought, don't put that in the food.
Don't eat that. Eat that.
Is it in juice? Are they floating in juice in
No,
that can?
they're not in juice. They're in gelatin.
Oh, even better.
It's a goo of some kind, yeah.
So you can use that to moisturize your lips.
I mean, yeah, and I'm not kidding. I really like them.
You really?
Yes, I have. I mean, I never buy them.
But if someone gifts you them,
I'll eat them. Well, I'm glad you liked them.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we got to go. It's Jed's Barbershop all day today. Artie's going to be here till what, 2?
Yeah,
And
come
then-
say hi. It'd be great to see you. My gosh, come on down here, and if you want a hug, hell, I'll give you a hug.
For people who
a big
don't,
sweaty hug.
Come
Come on.
For people who don't think that Artie is a real person.
he is a real person.
He is a real person, and you can see him down
Oh,
here.
you bet.
It's 4690 West Boardwalk Road in Daybreak, right behind the Harmons.
Quick warning, though. When they say face for radio, look at this. Face for radio. Me, please.
You look great.
You're beautiful.
Prepare to be disappointed.
But Artie,
prepare to be disappointed.
This whole hugging thing, Human Resources listens to the station. You need to be careful. With
Well,
that kind of thing.
that's why I brought a waiver. So you've got to sign a waiver first, and then I'll hug you.
Good, okay.
A non-disclosure.
He got these NDAs from the Trump administration.
I was never hugged by Artie.
Never happened. Never
And
happened.
part of the waiver actually, talks about my sweating problem, and also my uncontrollable spontaneous drooling problem.
There's lots of moisture involved.
Lots of moisture for me.
Why we
I'll
let
tell
him
you.
around electronics, I don't know. All right, we got to do the promo.
Okay.
We'll crawl towards the exit. I bet you're already anticipating some Thanksgiving things on Things That Must Go.
I'm anticipating being disappointed in the pie selection.
You could make a pie and bring it.
I don't have time for that. I have to go fish out the turkey I've been brining in the Great Salt Lake.
Send us your Things That Must Go to radiofromhell@x96.com. Good enough?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you to Jed's Barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
Bring your non-perishable food items to any Jed's Barbershop location
Oh,
near
and
you.
Artie, we
my
didn't
gosh,
have
what
any.
is that?
It's IDK How tickets.
Oh, no way!
Will you give these away to
Oh,
somebody?
I thought you were giving them to me.
No, you can't.
Oh!
You work here, but will you give these away?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
good.
I
All
would
right.
love to.
Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Give me a break, Cher.
Fun Bubbles is next.
Fun Bubbles.
X96.